team. You can imagine like Mason Rudolph is this year. You know that you want to do something with them, and you want to make sure you have depth. So what you do is you have Alex Smith start. He starts and he teaches. That's what they need to be doing. Not with Ryan Fitzpatrick, however. They needed a Case Keenum or a Robert Griffin III to teach Josh Rosen something. Robert Griffin III, Lamar Jackson wouldn't be Lamar Jackson right now if Robert Griffin III wasn't there. Because Robert Griffin III has worked with him on running with the football and getting passes off and being accurate at doing so. Veteran mentorship is what they need. That's what every team needs. The reason that the Saints traded for Bridgewater. Bridgewater is not that young, but he's not that old. Bridgewater will probably play until he's 30, but not with the Saints. I'm not optimistic about this because Drew Brees is Drew Brees and Bridgewater is Bridgewater. But it doesn't really matter. Drew Brees can teach Bridgewater not how to run, because Bridgewater can already do that, but he can teach him deep passes. He can teach him perfect placement with the ball. He can teach him shoulder movement, how to put your shoulder in the right place to get the right accuracy on the throw. But also, of course, they have Taysom Hill, so it really doesn't matter, because Taysom Hill is always going to be there. Because he's, I believe, almost 30 now, and he'll probably be in the league for, I'd say, 5 more years, 6 more years, before he retires and hangs it up, because he's still young, but he's not going to be around for much longer, which is sad, because, I'll miss him, but it doesn't really matter. I have a long time to mourn, which I don't even need to be doing. But teams need to have a good young quarterback and then a great starting veteran quarterback. Josh Allen's had to come in for the Bills and step into that leadership role, which he didn't have a mentor. He still looks good in shorts and knows how to throw the ball down the field. So good for him. Some people don't need that. But what the Patriots have done, they've brought in Jarrett Stidham, and they have Tom Brady teaching him. Imagine having Tom Brady as your mentor. Cough, cough. Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's still young. He'll play for a good bit under this contract. But he has Nick Mullins behind him. Nick Mullins, a great young quarterback who could get a lot out of Garoppolo and possibly go somewhere else and start. Jacoby Brissett was under Andrew Luck for a couple of years. I know Jacoby Brissett basically started more games than Andrew Luck started these past couple of years. Of course, Luck's hung him up now, but Luck still taught him stuff. But one of the problems I see is, Cam Newton, you can't teach running. But Cam Newton tried to teach Kyle Allen, and Kyle Allen is now teaching him. Gardner Minshew didn't need to be taught anything because Gardner Minshew teaches Nick Foles. That's just the Gardner Minshew way. But one of my problems, have you looked at the Falcons? Have you looked to see who they have? They have 2 veteran quarterbacks. Matt Ryan, the better of the 2, but Matt Schaub behind him. Then who? Who are they mentoring? What's their purpose? What's Matt Schaub's purpose? To come in as a starting quarterback? No. They need a youthful quarterback behind Ryan, because Ryan was only going to be in the league for maybe 5 more years, 6 more years. Big Ben's teaching Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph will be the successor to Big Ben. They are not going to draft another one. If not, Delvin Hodges will step in. Carson Wentz, he has Josh McCown, but before that, Josh McCown was teaching Sam Darnold, Mr. Mono, how to throw a football. Josh McCown started the entire year. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold sat behind him and learned. He got experience. The Falcons aren't doing that, and there's their problem. In Tennessee, you have 2 old guys. You have Marcus Mariota and you have Ryan Tannehill. Neither of them are good quarterbacks. Jameis Winston, he's throwing picks like nobody's business with Blaine Gabbert behind him. There's nothing you can learn there. Cleveland, you have 2 young quarterbacks, Garrett Gilbert of the AAF, and you have Baker Mayfield starting, but you had Drew Stanton on your bench. Freddie Kitchens, as much as people hate him, Freddie Kitchens is a good coach. He can teach people something. He's a good guy. But, just like this, we're going to move on to this. This news segment I'm going to bring up really quickly. The fact that we have a game of the week tonight. I know I've been rambling on about the Dolphins and quarterbacks and backups and depth. But guess what? You don't need depth when it comes to high school football. You have Joe Owens, one of the best quarterbacks that I've ever seen in high school. And I've watched some good high school football games. But this year, it's been the Joe Owens show. Tyler Cherry, Noah Black, Eli Wilson. We're going to see a lot of Hurricane offense tonight. High-powered kicking, probably a lot of onside kick tries. JT Wigington, love that guy. He's probably my favorite player on this team, just namesake alone. Harrison Morgan, the Shrine Bowl safety, along with his younger brother, Nick Morgan. Hopefully they'll be battling out for interceptions again like they were the other night. And we'll also get to see Logan Milford. Yes, it's going to be the Milford show in BHP territory, the Bears offense. A great one. Jeremiah Johnson, RJ Ellis running the ball up the gullet. We're going to see a lot of running, and if he does pass, we're going to be looking for them to catch a lot of passes too. Their defenses are very stout, and so we're going to be looking for the Morgan brothers, along with the Bears defense on the other side, to make a huge impact tonight. Game of the week coming up very shortly, only on My Pulse Radio, more specifically WPPB The Pulse, the Pulse Sports Network, Wren, Palmetto, Powdersville, and BHP. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.
I'm Sky Kessler.
And I'm Kinsley Willis.
And we are the All Nighters Podcast on WPPB The Pulse.
Check out our podcast on allnighterspodcast.weebly.com and our Instagram at allnighterspodcast,
where we talk about our lives and funny stories. I'm Sky Kessler.
And I'm Kinsley Willis.
On WPPB The Pulse.
I love playing real estate games, all this buying and selling, and I just passed go. Give me that $200. Oh, whoops, take that back. Go ahead and put a house on Anderson Place.
Yeah, and who are you buying this house with, knucklehead?
Team-wise choice, of course. Who else in South Carolina has the largest variety of homes for sale in the upstate? That's not a very wise statement to make.
Find investment properties, homes you can play Monopoly in, and more at teamwisechoice.com. That's teamwisechoice.com.
Looking for a place to get all the information on Greenville's hockey team, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits? Well, you're in luck. Tune into Season 2 of the podcast Behind the Glass, hosted by Brooke Darby. Whether you want news about signings or just some thoughts on the team, we've got you covered. Catch our next episode on our website, brookedarby.weebly.com, or on demand at mypulseradio.com.
This is Olivia Jones from WPPB The Pulse. Be sure to check out my live show, Live with Liv, Thursdays at 5 p.m., and my podcast, Digging Deep, on diggingdeeppodcast.weebly.com.
Hi there, I'm Bennett Ferguson.
And I'm John Boone.
And welcome to our Game of the Week. It's our Thursday night thriller. That's right. Games been moved to Thursday night, so thank you for tuning in to us. This is the BHP Wren game. It's a good matchup this week. It's going to be one of our best matchups that we cover here. Logan Milford versus Joe Owens.
Yeah, certainly a lot of star power, per se, on both teams. Bennett tonight. These are the two best of what we call the ACTC rivalry. It always seems to come down to these two teams as to who wins the rivalry series that we always cover every year. And they're deservedly so this year. They have played very well and played some tough competition. And I'm really looking forward to see what happens tonight, because something's got to give. These guys are playing really well. It'll be interesting to see what units of each team make the difference tonight.
And it's really going to be the defenses, I feel. Who can stop Joe Owens and who can stop Logan Milford? Harrison Morgan, of course, just got elected to the Shrine Bowl. And a couple of other players from the offense of the Hurricanes got elected to the North-South All-Star team. RJ Ellis and Tyler Cherry. Sorry, RJ Ellis from BHP got elected, and Tyler Cherry and Eli Wilson from the Hurricanes. Eli Wilson, of course, very dangerous. Had an amazing one-handed catch last week.
Yeah, it was amazing. If you got a chance to see it, I got to see a still photo of it where he was at the highest point of his jump. It's just amazing. Kind of Odell Beckham-ish. But, boy, they've got some great receivers for Wren. Some great running backs for BHP. Probably, I mean, the defenses are good, but probably going to be a lot of points scored here tonight.
That's what we hope. We hope it's not a shootout, however. but it'll probably end up like that.
Well, Wren will receive the opening kickoff as they won the toss and deferred to the second half. So we will see Wren with the football first as BHP deferred.
I like these yellow jerseys. They look really cool. They have a lot of different jerseys for Wren. White, blue, and yellow.
Still waiting for their official entrance onto the field here. BHP is all ready to go. Here they come.
Both sides of the stands are packed for this game. The student sections are massive. And it's senior night for the Hurricanes.
A lot of BHP people here. They take their football very seriously down there in Belton-Honea path. And this is a huge game every year as far as it goes for playoff seeding as we get towards the end of the season. Next week, the last regular season game.
One thing we definitely don't want to see is emotions running high. We don't want to see any penalties of unnecessary roughness and punching and hitting. But we might see some of that as emotions run over.
No doubt there's a lot of emotion, that's for sure. These guys have been on a collision course all year long. And here we are tonight. We got to play a day early because of the forecast rain. Of course, now it's not forecast to rain until later in the evening on Friday, but who cares? We're here tonight, and we're ready for a great football game.
It's going to be especially exciting to see what happens on kickoffs because Wren's notorious for taking onside kicks or squib kicks. And we're going to see if BHP wants to try some of that too. Of course, next week we'll be at BHP for their BHP Daniel game, which I think could really decide playoff projection if Wren was to win this one.
Yeah, these 2 weeks are just huge as to how the playoff situation is going to set up. It doesn't really affect the first round all that much, but once you get in the second round, it really does.
This is going to be big. Kick through the middle, looking at about the 20-yard line, will be received by number 20. That's Harrison Morgan. Flip back, looking to run. That's number 2.
Des
Tyler
Frazier.
Fields. Oh, yeah, sorry. Des Frazier looking at the wrong roster. Des Frazier
Looking
looks
to
to
pick his way.
Makes some people miss and gets up to the opponent's 33-yard line.
Yep, that's where they'll mark it. And I tell you, Des Frazier, who came over last year from Palmetto, has really become valuable in that return game. We've seen a few of their games this year, and he has had good returns in every single one of them, and he gets them off to a real good start here.
Now we see Joe Owens come out with Logan Simmons as his running back. Logan Simmons, not very productive last week, but then again, it's their passing attack that they're looking mainly towards. As it'll be a shotgun formation for the Hurricanes for tonight. 4 wide receivers set, looking to pass already. Hits up Noah Black. Noah Black gets down to about the 25-yard line.
Quick one in the flat there. It was well covered by BHP, but just designed to get some good first down yardage, and they did that, picked up about 7.
And it is a hurry up from the Hurricanes. Looking to pass again. He's looking out towards his tight end, Eli Wilson, and Eli Wilson drops it. Eli Wilson, of course, just got recently selected to the North-South All-Star team because he has been probably one of their bright spots this year.
He's got Braylon Wilson on defense there. He was the one that knocked the pass away there and has injured himself on the play.
That's Braylon Oliver.
Okay, I don't think that was the right number. It's my mistake. But anyway, the injured player was the one defending on the play, and he reached out his hand. I don't know whether he tipped it or not, but he did something to that arm, and now he's coming off the field. That would be, 23.
I believe that was Wes Newton.
Okay, so we hope he's okay. He made a great defensive play there. well defended on the pass from Owens.
Now Owens will be back out for 2nd and 10. He's looking to pass. Blitz coming. He hands it off, but Logan Simmons gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Huge loss on the play. Will Blackston on the tackle, playing that nose guard / nose tackle position.
Yeah, that play was going nowhere from the beginning. Blackston almost took the handoff himself.
And he's been elected to Shrine Bowl as well.
And now it's 4th down.
Looking to pass. He bounces it off the ground, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Not a hot start for Joe Owens, as Logan Milford will come on with this Bears offense.
Blackston coming to the bench, giving high fives to everybody, bouncing over there to the bench because his sack really finished off Wren on that series and sets the tone early for BHP.
Will Blackston getting the crowd excited down there, as this Hurricanes defense will look to try to stop this prolific passer in Logan Milford.
Start from their own 31, 3-receiver set.
We'll see Braylon Oliver out there playing a lot of wide receiver, as is a quarterback keeper by Logan Milford, looking to make some people miss. He gets up and down to about the 45-yard line on the opponent's side of the field.
Really good fake by Milford as he faked to the running back right and ran it left and picked up a big chunk of yardage, about 24 yards.
It'll be a 3 wide receiver set with a fullback and a running back, as Logan Milford looks to hand it off to R.J. Ellis. R.J. Ellis gets up about a yard, if that.
Spilled right there at the line of scrimmage, running off the left side.
And that is the biggest problem for the Hurricane defense. They have, well, now 3 good runners. Logan Milford, Jeremiah Johnson, and R.J. Ellis.
Yep, and they mix and match them all night.
Could also see a lot of Ben Bear at wide receiver tonight. He also plays backup quarterback, as Bird will be out wide for the Bears. Milford looks to pass. He's looking for an open receiver. Tyler Fields is open, but he gets sacked in the back by Des Frazier, Shaheem Scotland, and I believe Malik Mattress was back there as well.
Wow, that was one he should have got rid of. He had time to get out of that trouble. You could see that pocket collapsing, and you could hear the coaches up above us yelling for him to get rid of the football, but he didn't do it.
Carson Galloway was also back there.
Takes the sack all the way back to his own 48-yard line, where it's 3rd and long.
With 9:24 left in the first quarter. They'll go back out in the shotgun formation. I'm not going to be saying that a lot tonight. I made that mistake last week. As Milford looks to pass, it's play action. He's looking to throw. He gets sacked again. Huge blitz coming from number 20. Harrison Morgan, Shrine Bowl participant.
He got around the corner, came from the blind side, just took him out easy on that one. There's no chance to get rid of it that time.
And as Harrison Morgan sacks him, he will be running back to receive the punt as well by Ben Bear.
So the defense is really coming up big on the first possessions.
And that's what really counts. Who can stop these offenses? As the ball will bounce, and they will pick it up at about the 29, 28-yard line.
Yeah, not much of a punt there by Bear. He kind of looked like he got it off his toe a little too much. And it really didn't take off his foot, never really turned over. So the Hurricanes, not bad field position, starting at the 29.
Definitely could be worse for the Hurricanes. Logan Simmons will be the lone running back in the backfield. It will be a bunch formation by the offense. This offensive line will be the key to their success.
You're right.
Pocket pressure is a bad thing, as Noah Black will get the pass thrown to him as he gets up to about the 46-yard line. Nope, sorry, 44-yard line.
Quick first down for Wren, and nobody picked up Black. They were all kind of staring at the quarterback. He was wide open over there on the sideline.
It'll be a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end formation. Eli Wilson plays tight end, wide receiver, whatever, as there's a blitz coming through the middle by the linebacker. And Simmons gets bowled over at about the 49, 48-yard line.
Good recovery there by the Bears, because it looked like Simmons was going to have a lot of room to run. They closed that gap in a hurry, but he still picked up close to 5.
And it's going to be a little hard for this team because there's not a lot of players who will play both sides of the ball for the Bears, as it'll get them up to a first down on that run by Logan Simmons. Definitely trying to use him more because the wide receivers will be covered this entire game. Coming into the game, number 3, Hayden Williman. I learned that last week. His last name is Williman. Williman. As Owens will look to pass, he rolls out.
And he's got a man.
Dots up Williman, and Williman gets picked up by his legs and wheelbarrowed down to about the 15-yard line.
He got behind the defense there and just was waiting. If that ball was thrown out in front of him, he's got 6. But a big gain nonetheless for the Hurricanes.
As Joe Owens will clap his hands, he gets his ball, he hands it off to Simmons, and Simmons is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Good pursuit by the BHP defense on that.
Joseph Sloan on the tackle. As it will be a second down, looking to run. Joe Owens has some space. He gets in for a touchdown.
Did he ever have some space? Run around the left side, barely touched into the end zone.
6-0 Hurricanes, as JT Wigington will be out to kick. Gosh, I love that name.
About 19 yards on that play, I believe. Really mixing it up on that drive. Some runs, some passes, and the quarterback runs it in.
Yep. As Wigington's kick is up and good. Extremely accurate, never misses anything.
So just about 5 minutes gone, and it's Wren that strikes first on their second possession. The Hurricanes go up 7-0, 7:15 to go in the first.
As the BHP Bears will be back to receive the kick. Now, if they're like Palmetto was last week, they're going to have to move up and try to play the onside kicks. So there's going to be a lot of them during this game.
You're right, they do it a lot.
It'll be number 32, Wilson Garand, out as the kickoff specialist. JT Wigington only kicks extra points. And over on the far sideline, we can see Tyler Cherry looking at the monitor to see what he could do better. As Garand goes for the kickoff, it'll probably be a squib. It's a directional kick to Bird, but Bird does not get it. Instead drops out of bounds, but he catches it anyway, so it goes out of bounds. And Milford will take over on offense.
So let's see if the Bears can answer back.
Hopefully their offensive line can hold up. That's sort of where they're strongest, is when their O-line can hold up.
And Milford, of course, had the biggest play of their first drive with that 24-yard run.
Milford will be in the shotgun with, I believe, R.J. Ellis in the backfield. R.J. Ellis will get the ball. He's looking to run. He bowls over Shaheem Scotland and gets up past the first down. Shaheem looks to push him away. Bad blood already brewing between these two teams.
Yeah, that wasn't too smart. If he actually would have pushed him, would have been an extra 15 yards, but he missed him. Can't be having any of that, but Ellis just showing his speed, getting around that corner for the first down.
Both Morgan brothers last week, Harrison and Nick, had 2 interceptions. Nick Morgan ran it back for a touchdown, as it is a run by R.J. Ellis, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. R.J. Ellis,
Morgan, another tackle. Go ahead.
R.J. Ellis, the North-South All-Star. He's been elected to that.
Well deserved.
We wish him well.
Of course.
It'll be a 2 wide receiving set with a tight end on the field, number 44, Caleb Horn. As it'll be a run by Ellis to get about 5 yards on the carry.
They keep running him right. Remember, Milford's big run came to the left. You wonder if they're trying to set something up. 3rd down and 5.
I believe they might be trying to set up like a play-action pass, perhaps. I mean, that would probably be smartest. Get Bird out in space, or maybe Tyler Fields. See what you can do. Looking towards their offensive coordinator for a play. Milford will look to be in a shotgun formation with 2 wide receivers out wide. And he will hand it off again to RJ, and RJ will get up, not quite to the first down, at about the 49-yard line.
So he's about 1.5 yards short. I don't think we're going to see much punting in this game unless they're really, really backed up. These teams are going to go for it just about every time.
And of course, Ben Bear does the punting, and he is not currently out on the field. They will go for it. RJ Ellis still the running back in the game. Jeremiah Johnson has 0 carries so far. And they're looking to bring out all their wide receivers, moving everything over as they jump off sides.
Yep. They moved everybody over to the left. All 4 of them moved, but then another one took a couple of steps forward, and that penalty is going to make them have to punt the ball.
And that was number 13 who moved on that one. Jerron Pruitt.
And Harrison Morgan will wait for it back at his own 30.
And Ben Bear will try to get the punt off, almost blocked by Des Frazier. Des Frazier doubled over in pain as Tyler, sorry, I saw 15 and thought Tyler Cherry. It's not him. We'll get the ball for the Bears. 4:59 left in the first quarter. Of course, the only touchdown coming off of a Joe Owens quarterback keeper earlier in the first. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Wren has a brand new scoreboard.
Yeah, looks nice.
It's mainly used for, I believe, advertising and for a live video feed, which is very exciting for them as Owens looks to pass. It's a screen pass to, I believe, Noah Black. And Noah Black gets about 5 yards on the carry.
You'll remember they did the same thing last possession coming over here to the near side, the left side, with Black. That's how they started their last trip down the field, which resulted in a touchdown. Actually, the way they started their first drive as well, with those quick outs.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it, as Owens will look as the quarterback keeper.
Went
for him for a touchdown earlier for 19 yards. He gets up to the 50-yard line, a little bit ahead of that, 51-52. And that, sorry, 51-52, sorry, 49-48.
What size field are we playing on, Bennett?
I don't know.
They'll mark it right at the 50, though, and you see the play calling so far has been pretty simple, but Wren is mixing it up.
As Owens looks to pass again, he's looking for Black again. Black gets down to about the 40-yard line, but he was tripped up.
Just tripped up from behind, or else that would have been a huge gainer, but he's very close to a first down, may even have it.
That was Tyler Fields on the tackle.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains. First down inside the 40.
Joe Owens looking very good on these first 2 drives. He looks a little bit winded, though. He's hands on hips. And now they will let them play. After moving the chains, he hands it off to Simmons. Simmons looks to make some people miss. He shakes the tackle. He gets all the way up to about the 30-yard line.
Logan Simmons, he's not the biggest guy. He's listed 5'10", 175, so he's not that pounding running back, but yet he has a lot of those pounding running back plays, like up the middle like that one, but he just knows how to keep that low center of gravity, stay on his feet.
And it's a fake handoff, looking for Wilson to get him involved. He has nothing this game so far.
That one just took too long for Owens to get the ball to him, and the defender able to come in and get a fingertip on it.
This offensive line's given up 0 pressure from the defense. Of course, that sack coming earlier by Will Blackston, the only time they've really gotten to the quarterback. And it'll be a handoff to Logan Simmons. Logan Simmons runs it. He has some space. He's breaking out of tackles, and he gets down to the 10-yard line.
Again, amazing. Just a little guy, but very strong. all the way down to the 10. And Wren set up to take a 2-score lead here, 1st and goal.
7-0. Joe Owens on that quarterback keeper earlier as he will look for something else here. He hands it off again to Simmons.
There you go.
Simmons breaks it, fumbles.
Oh, they gave him the touchdown. Oh, I got to tell you, that, I don't know about that, Bennett. They say he crossed the goal line.
There should have been a fumble on that play.
The
are they
ball was
review
laying
it?
at the 1-yard line.
They're not going to review it. They're going to kick the extra point.
They can't review it. This isn't college.
Yeah, true that.
But
wow,
the ball was laying at the 1.5-yard line where he dropped it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got it or not. I don't think he did.
I don't think he got it. Well, you hope that doesn't come back to haunt BHP as they block the extra point.
And they're taking it back. JT Wigington.
Nope, they're waving it. They say you can't do it. So you can just block it and that's it.
Well, that was, I believe, number 7, Samaj Groves, looking to bring that one back. But that's 13-0 for the Hurricanes. That might come back to haunt them later. JT Wigington's kick blocked.
So a couple of things happened in there. The big call at the goal line of whether Simmons got across the goal line before fumbling the football. And then, of course, a missed extra point, where in a game like this, that can become big down the line. So remember this point at 3:44 in the first. We've already got a couple of things that could loom big down the road.
And all regions, Seth Sharp, Drew Alexander, Will Wright, Elise Matthews, Hagan Wilson.
I just don't see how they could call it a touchdown. The reason why I'm saying that is obviously I haven't seen it again. Maybe I would see it differently. But he just basically dropped the ball. It wasn't like a helmet hit him and it came out. And where he dropped it was the 1-yard line.
He reminds me of Deshaun Jackson for the Eagles.
Who?
Deshaun Jackson.
Who?
Dropped the ball at the 1-yard line for the...
He doesn't play anymore. He's still
injured.
hurt. Nobody knows what it is.
Ooh, a dominable tear.
Big hit on the
Huge hit.
return by Carson Galloway.
As Logan Milford and this offense for the Bears will take over.
Bears need to get something going, at least sustain a drive, because Wren is starting to get pretty confident on the offensive side of the ball, and that pumps up the defense. So you don't want to get this momentum too out of control with Wren playing here at home and both teams needing this game so much.
Again, BHP next week we'll play Daniel at home. We will be there. As Jeremiah Johnson will get his first carry or first drive as his lead rusher. As a handoff to Jeremiah Johnson as he gets about a yard, if that.
Just short of the 30-yard line. Second down. Well, they're moving across the 30. Pretty good spot.
At the 31-yard line. Johnson will stay out as the lead running back. Bird and Fields will be out wide. It's a fake handoff looking to pass. Deep down the field. Tyler Fields drops the ball. Bobbles right off his hands. Everyone wants a flag for pass interference, but I don't see it.
I'll be honest with you, if there was anything, it was probably offensive.
Yep, he seemed like he pushed off a little bit.
But it's incomplete anyway.
Great play by Nick Morgan.
Bears have got to get something out of this drive. They can't hand it right back over.
Looking to pass. Milford
He's got no one
wide.
to throw to.
He got
nice
him anyway.
Catch. Oh, look at that.
Number 16 down the sidelines for a touchdown.
How about that? He wasn't even open. He comes back. He comes back, and Briggs Cox, who went for the ball more than the man and then lost his balance. But it looks like it's coming back. Holding against Wren, so it is a touchdown.
That was Dusty Hester with the catch for the touchdown.
Number 16.
Number 16, Dusty Hester.
Cox got himself all discombobulated there. When we said there's no one open, there was good coverage, and then you saw Hester break free when the ball was in the air.
Timeout called by BHP.
And now we've got a timeout on the field. 2:47 to go in the first quarter. BHP getting a big touchdown to strike back in this game and get it to 13-6, awaiting the point after try. As Bennett mentioned, we've got one more game for you on our coverage this year, and it's next week, huge one, with BHP hosting Daniel. That, of course, is scheduled for Friday night, November the 1st. Can you believe it? Already heading into November.
You know, when I saw this football schedule at the beginning of the year, I'm like, how am I going to make it to November 1st? It has flown by.
Sure has.
Number 82 out to kick extra points, and Anthony Bertoni.
The lefty.
Reminds me of Giorgio Tavecchio, former Falcons kicker before he got cut. Sebastian Janikowski, too.
Yeah, you're right.
Polish cannon. He's the Italian cannon. He gets it right up and through.
All right, so 13-7 now.
Well, we knew this was going to be a close game, and I'm glad it stayed a close game. Of course, Wren doesn't like that they gave up that giant touchdown. And, well, BHP might be looking to kick an onside kick or try to get a squib kick to get the ball back so they can score again in the first quarter.
Well, one thing's for sure, they don't want Des Frazier to get it.
Yeah, true
so
that.
So you got to be careful of, we'll see how they do that to make sure he's not going to get it on the kickoff.
I would not kick it out of bounds, though, because that's a penalty.
Of course not.
And it's also not only a battle of the football teams tonight, it's also a battle of the bands. Both these bands are... BHP's a little bit bigger with their band, but hey, either way, both of them are big and loud. 2:47 left in the first quarter. This first quarter started out very fast and then slowed down with all this scoring. Holding penalty will be assessed on this kickoff, so they'll be kicking off from the 50, which gives them a good chance to get it inside the 20 and then try to, tackle the guy. Number 84 does the kickoffs. That's Nando Mezzarandi.
Cox and Frazier are deep.
Cox and Frazier, it's going to be
back
in the end zone, and
he'll
he
stay
calls
there.
for a fair catch. Out comes Joe Owens in this explosive Wren offense. Of course, there was the questionable call on the field of the touchdown when he might have fumbled the ball, but either way, we'll give it to him. Give him benefit of the doubt. Logan Simmons looking very good this game. Didn't look very good at all last week, but then again, he never got the ball. Tyler Cherry has been silent, along with Eli Wilson, both of them elected to the North-South All-Star team, as it is a handoff to Simmons as they get him in the backfield.
Now, that's kind of scary, the fact that those two guys haven't been in on any action so far, because they're going to get in it sooner or later. So just about a yard and a half for Simmons on that. Carry the ball at the 20-yard line, or 18-yard line.
Owens claps his hands, gets his ball, looking to pass. Wide open man down the field, covered up. Willeman still comes down with it.
Great catch. Good defense over on the far side. As they both went up for the ball at the same time as Burgess, I believe. Burgos. I knew I was getting it wrong.
Corleto Burgos.
He couldn't have defended it any better. It's just a nice catch.
Owens claps his hand, gets his ball, looks to hand it off to Simmons. He does, and that's a loss on that play, or back to the line of scrimmage perhaps. Will Blackston back there, along with the rest of his defender buddies.
Give him about a yard and a half on that one, so call it down, 2nd down and 8.
Jatius Gear back there. And he's looking to pass. This is Owens. He bombs it, looking for an interception by number 15.
Looking for an interception, he was. He threw it behind his big tight end there.
I believe he thought that Burgos was Tyler Cherry because they both wear number 15. But I don't know how he couldn't miss that bright yellow jersey. And you know it's bad when Tyler Cherry's jersey and Wilson's jersey are not dirty at all. They're still bright yellow. And then again, Owens isn't dirty at all either. Owens looks to pass. He sort of telegraphs that one. Still gets it to Cherry. Cherry breaks out of a tackle. Then he gets tackled by Samaj Groves, and he brings him down at the 20-yard line.
Broken tackle.
On that play, Samaj Groves definitely one of the best defenders on this field. Chasing him down. Amazing. Waiting for that explosive Tyler Cherry to get in on that.
So we've seen him throw to Cherry, and he's missed Wilson once on this drive. And you see the strength of Cherry there, who seemed a little bit shaken up on the play. But he'll jog to the sideline with everybody else with this timeout with 1:22 to go in the first.
Owens, of course, and the Hurricane offense are up 13-7. Owens had that quarterback keeper early in the first. And then Logan Simmons had the questionable running into the end zone. The only reason they're 13 is because J.T. Wigginton's kick was blocked by Samaj Groves. And, of course, Dusty Hester took that long pass down the field by Milford and ran it right into the touchdown for a touchdown. As Rocket Man plays through the loudspeakers. Such a good song. Truly underrated.
Is it really underrated?
Well, we don't listen to it anymore.
Well, maybe we should.
Maybe we should, just like how we should listen to Africa by Toto.
But we do a lot of that.
We do listen to that a lot. Owens looks to pass here with a clean pocket. He hands it off to Simmons, though, and Simmons gets about 2 yards on the carry.
Hand off to Simmons up the middle. He's near the 15.
As the
really
BHP
using a lot
of
Simmons, I'm sorry, but really using a lot of Simmons. You mentioned he didn't really do much last week, but he has really been a feature so far in this game.
As the defense looks a little bit confused here, Owens might try to capitalize on that. They brought out an extra blocking offensive lineman. Wilson looks to block as well. Is a quarterback.
Oh, nice play.
Oh, dropped by Tyler Cherry. Wide open in the end zone.
Little play action step to his right, but Owens a little off target, a little bit behind him, but Cherry will certainly tell you he should have caught that.
Owens looking much better, or well, almost as good as Kelly Bryant looked when he played at Wren. Whenever Joe Owens is on the field, it's always exciting to see what he will do. As he's in the shotgun, he will be clapping his hands, trying to draw him off sides. He gets the ball. He looks to hand it off to Simmons. Simmons gets the ball. He looks to run, but he gets nothing.
It'll be 4th down now, and be interesting to see here if they go for 3 or we'll try to get the first down.
And the clock again, it keeps running. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Can't believe we're still in the first quarter. It's been a long one, as I believe.
Forget the field goal idea. They're going for the first down here.
We're going to see some Owens action here. 3 wide receivers set with Wilson as the tight end looking to pass. It's drop out to Wilson, and Wilson gets up to close to the yard line, and it'll move the chains.
Again, Owens not exactly on target. That was behind him, similar to the pass to Cherry, but the big guy able to reel it in
and
get that first down. 1st and goal.
As time will run out in the first quarter, we will move on to the second quarter. We'll change field position. So you're going to have to do some play calling because I cannot see anything.
You can't see. I can move over.
That's all good.
I can move over.
Our rosters are over here.
Right.
This is good.
But a good first quarter. Had a little bit of everything. And a 13-7 lead for the Hurricanes.
Of course, Joe Owens on that nice touchdown run for 19 yards. A great touchdown run by Logan Simmons, although it was questioned if he dropped the ball. But then the blocked extra point, JT Wigington. I just said on that point before, he's accurate and he never misses, and then he gets blocked. But that's okay. I'm just... seen a lot of good defense from both these teams. The score could be 40-34 at this point in time.
It may wind up being that.
It might, but in the first quarter, they've kept it pretty clean. 13-7 is actually a pretty good score. It's the lowest score I think we've had.
And remember that missed extra point.
Remember that. Don't ever forget that missed extra point. It'll go down in history as the missed extra point.
Which, as you mentioned, technically was blocked.
But they can't run it back, so it's sort of pointless to call it blocked.
So here we go. First and goal, and just 4 yards away from more points are the Hurricanes.
And this is where Eli Wilson is most dangerous, in the red zone.
Yep, big guy.
Big guy, big hands. He hands it off, fakes it, quarterback keeper looking for a second touchdown. He gets it in.
Yep.
Touchdown. Owens, second quarterback keeper.
So a 19-7 lead. They'll try to tack on the extra point.
JT Wigington. They probably should go for 2 and try to get 11 to. Sorry, it says 19. I read that as
19,
9.
Yeah.
They go for a fake. Black looks to throw. He dots it up, but it's way out of the back of the end zone. That could also come back to bite them. 19-7.
Yeah, they tried to get that point back that they lost previously, but that play never stood a chance, as Noah Black throwing the pass was well off target in the back of the end zone, trying for Harrison Morgan.
Harrison Morgan, of course, their safety, Shrine Bowl safety. And it'll be the Hurricanes kicking off to the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears. Go Bears.
Go Bears. That's our...
And the reason why we do that is not because we're only rooting for the Bears, because we like all our teams. But that is what Coach Blackston will say to us every time we see him, no matter what the question is.
Yes, it's always Go Bears. So, it's sort of become a household tradition in the station whenever we're talking about sports at the very end to say, Go Bears.
So his way of marketing is working.
It really is.
Everybody saying it.
As 32 will kick it off. It's a really good kick. Goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. You don't see a lot of those.
We don't.
He has a career if he continues that. That's Wilson Garand. Garand, I'm pretty sure is what it's called, but it might be Garand.
That guy just said Garand.
Garand, Garand.
I'll trust him because
all I can see is that
guy's
dude.
Only 5'9", 165, and he just drilled that thing.
There's a dude out there in a unicorn costume. Seeing a lot of weird stuff. It's senior night for the Hurricanes, so you're not going to see a lot of normal.
A few days before Halloween, you're about to see anything and everything.
Again, there's an alien out there playing for the band, as Milford is out there in the pocket with, I believe, R.J. Ellis at running back. He hands it off to Ellis. Ellis looking to make some people miss, but he's bottled up. He gets about 2 yards on the carry, if that.
If that, you're right. Hey, coming up at halftime, what you got this week for your player feature?
It's a player spotlight. It's a wide receiver from the Jets who played during the 1960s. He had a 6-year career with the Jets during their Super Bowl run. His last name is Sawyer. It's one of the two. Very good. He led the AFL in receptions 1 year.
You're really getting into that NFL history, aren't you?
I love it. It's just it is really interesting. As Bird is overthrown from Milford, got to be a little bit more accurate on those passes.
That was a nice looking play. He'd gotten past both defenders, but Milford couldn't drop it in the bucket, so they say. Didn't get quite enough air under it.
Actually, I think he got a little bit too much.
Is it too much?
A little bit, just a tad.
It's too much.
NFL history, big part of my life. Found an old book my grandpa had, made in 1973. Interesting, as Milford looks to pass, he throws a deep one.
Oh, nice
gets
catch.
It. Wow, that was a beautiful catch by number 21, Braylon Oliver.
Good defense by Nick Morgan over there. I tell you, the receivers and the DBs are having some great battles out there. And that one won by Oliver, and we've seen what he can do. He's a great one himself. Made a nice play on that. Big play for the Bears. They need it. They need to get back in this at 19-7. They need to answer back after that Wren touchdown.
And they will have Samaj Groves and Tyler Fields out wide at wide receiver. Samaj Groves also a cornerback for them. And they also have Will Blackston in at tight end. Trying to get him to jump off sides. They're going to change the play up now because they didn't get it. 10:45 left in the second quarter, or in the first half, I should say. Looking to run, he fakes it, looking for a quarterback keeper. Very mobile quarterback, gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, he got kind of swallowed up there as he went to turn the corner. 3 yellow jerseys there to take him down at the 33.
You know what the best thing's been? We've seen no flags at all. It's been a very clean game so far.
In fact, the only flag we did see was against Wren on the BHP touchdown. So that one was declined.
For defensive holding. And it'll be a handoff to RJ Ellis, making some people miss. Stiff arms the guy, but the guy still holds on to his feet and brings him down. It'll be third down and, well, not short, but not long either.
About 7 to go. They got to get down to about the, 26.
As Bird will come out of the huddle, and Fields and Oliver will be in at wide receiver. Looking for that matchup with Nick Morgan. As is a pass, Milford looking down the field. Fields wide open.
Nope.
Catches it, drops it.
He was out of bounds anyway.
Trying to call him for pass interference, but there won't be any.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. That ball kind of sailed. Looked like the receiver certainly had a step to begin with, but that time the ball just hung up there too long, whereas the first one we were talking about, it didn't hang up there enough.
As Blackston will come out of the game.
Here we go on fourth down again.
Milford out at quarterback, Bird out wide. Samaj Groves in it, I believe.
Uh-oh, that'll help.
And now moving forward.
Speaking of flags.
There's our first one.
That was an easy one.
Of course, this defense is looking deadly so far. Haven't really seen a whole lot out of Reed Morrissey. Des Frazier, of course, on the kick return, looking very good. These defensive backs and corners are really looking strong here. Some great battles, and they will bring all of them in. This is a very, very tight formation for Milford. Shotgun with the running back behind him.
Still fourth down. They're going to run that play where they run everybody over to the opposite side. Remember, they messed up on that earlier.
RJ Ellis looking, gets the first down.
Ellis running that way where the extra bodies were, picks up the first.
9:20 left in the first half. As there's an injured Hurricane on the field. We hope it's not a bad injury, and we hope to see who it is soon. Give you an update.
Wish him well.
We do wish him well. If you missed pregame,
did you have? Go ahead. Talk about.
You missed pregame and my radio show that I do with the rest of the Pulse Sports Network. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. They're actually pretty good. If you do like football, if you like hockey, I'd definitely tune in. I'd also tune into the Behind the Glass podcast with Brooke. She works a lot on that kind of stuff, and she's very good at it, as that is number 2.
Des Frazier.
Injured on that play. Of course, I have a wishing well section for all injured players. in that show. Lately, haven't really been filling up the well. Been just looking at what is happening in the league and covering that more. But I'm hoping next week to come back. Of course, it's always a bad thing when you have to cover injured players, but
yeah, we can wish them well for other reasons. They don't have to be.
Yeah, and I try to. Emmanuel Sanders getting traded to the
oh, he
49ers.
Loved that. That's for sure.
Imagine Mohamed Sanu woke up 7-0 instead of being 1-6 the night before. As Johnson gets the run, he's looking for a touchdown. He bowls over like 5 people, and he gets down almost to the first down. He'll be a little short though.
Yep, very close. Some power running there by Jeremiah Johnson.
Briggs Cox on that tackle, along with a bunch of other ones.
2nd and 1.
It's a handoff to Johnson again. Johnson looking to make some people miss, but he gets down 3rd and short.
Didn't get anything on that one. Lost about a yard.
And they will bring out Blackston to be a blocking tight end for him. And they'll also bring out their wide receivers. I believe Des Frazier's coming back in this game. He looks all hyped up. Oh yeah, he's hyped. Look at him. He's excited. He wants to hit people. That's why he's there. They're moving everybody out, so they're going to have to shift. Blitz looking like it's coming off the edge by Morgan. Morgan gets blocked up, though. Johnson looks to make people miss. Gets up. I believe he gets the first. Des Frazier looks like he just blocked him down.
Looked like forward progress.
Milford goes back out to his trusty O-line to tell him what they're running. If your O-line doesn't believe in you, you have no chance of succeeding. But it seems like this O-line is all for Milford in this game. As the other...
That was a nice play. Talk about finding a seam. They definitely did that. And who was number 11 for BHP?
Demetrius Bird.
Yeah.
Just
laid out for it and off his hands.
Demetrius Bird looking to be their number 1 wide receiver this year. Of course, they have a good tight end there with Caleb Horn. And, of course, we
haven't seen any pass interference calls.
No fighting, really.
And they've just been really going at each other, the DBs and the receivers, in a good legal way.
And it will be a timeout by, I believe, BHP.
7:08 to go. 19-7. The Wren lead as we've got 7:08 to go to halftime.
And it's been Joe Owens. 2 quarterback keepers. 2, which is a good amount. Also a shady run by Logan Simmons. He dropped the ball, but who knows if it was a touchdown or not. They called a touchdown, so we're going to stick with it. Of course, this isn't college or the pros, so we have no way of reviewing that play. Dusty Hester for BHP puts the only touchdown up on the board for him. And, of course, it's 19 because of a blocked field goal by Samaj Groves. And also because, well, Noah Black just couldn't get the ball into the end zone on the fake extra point by the Hurricanes. He was looking for his man, Harrison Morgan.
Yep.
Deep. As Owens will look to throw here. Great defensive pressure coming, but Tyler Cherry couldn't catch it. And that safety just wasn't in the right place to intercept that ball. But he looks a little injured. That, of course, being... I believe
right
that's
through the hands of Cherry.
Bird is out there playing safety. He got a little shaken up there. It's not looking too good, but
if he was able to move a little better, he had a shot at an interception there. That's actually 31.
Oh, 31, excuse me. He's looking for a pass. Owens rolling out wide. He gets pushed out of bounds, and he jumps up and over the fence. That's actually
pretty
smart.
Athletic.
Look at that guy. I would be having to struggle up and over.
I would have just run through the fence.
As it is, I believe, 4th down and 10 for the Hurricanes. As I believe
we will see a punt.
I believe that's 24 for the Bears running off the field injured. We wish him well. We hope he's not injured bad. As the punt is going back by Garrard, excuse me.
Fair caught at the 43. So the Bears get good field position with 6:49 to go until halftime. And BHP down by 12.
6:49 left in the first half. Jemias Glenn being the injured player. As it is, I believe, a timeout by BHP again. Oh, no, sorry. They were just trying to get a good play call there.
Canes have all 3 of their timeouts. BHP has 1 left.
Dusty Hester. Oh, sorry. Continue, please. Sorry. Hester out there at wide receiver. Milford looks to hand it off to Ellis. Ellis doesn't get the ball, though. He's looking for Hester. Hester drops the ball. Broken up.
Down there at the 25, looked like he was a little lackadaisical. Didn't get the arms fully extended to pull that pass in. It was laid right there for him.
Great play by Briggs Cox. So I actually asked, and this has nothing to do with either one of these teams, I actually asked Khalil Johnson why he doesn't wear gloves. He, of course, the safety for the Palmetto Mustangs. He says he's just never used them, and he doesn't like them. He said
well, then how's he know that he doesn't like them?
Yeah, because he wore them in practice one day, but he never used them in a game. Right. Milford looks to pass here. As I just threw a glob of spit out of my mouth. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, dropped it again.
Boy, his receivers are going to have to start making some plays. As Fields, yeah, that was a little high, but again,
Oliver. Braylon Oliver gets up to the first down. Injured Wren Hurricane on the field. I believe that is Harrison Morgan, who got injured out there. He's sort of running around on the sidelines.
Yeah, you're right. It was Oliver.
Bird is 11, Oliver
He's 21. Yep. So he is right at the sticks. All the way across the field.
This time it's not a hydration timeout, although they will hydrate their players while they're bringing the officials, bringing the Chen gang out. Had a lot of those a couple weeks ago when we were covering the Palmetto Powdersville game.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. There was 90 degrees, and now we've finally gotten into some fall weather, and it feels good.
Well, I feel good. I knew that I would.
Let's see. They're stretching it out. Looks like they're going to be just short.
So it will be a third down and short as the Bear fans boo the referees. It's not their fault. It's their offensive fault for not getting the first down.
About a foot short, if that. So big play here.
It's giving me reminders to the Rams-Titans Super Bowl, yard short.
All region coach of the year. Security points for region champ and pearls for region runner-up.
As Morgan will not be in, of course, the Morgan I'm talking about, Harrison Morgan, will not be in on this play. Briggs Cox moved out to the safety position. Student section for Wren hyped tonight.
There we go.
Fourth down and 1.
Inches.
They'll give them play. Milford will. Thought that was going to be an offside.
Flags down.
And they will give a offsides penalty to BHP. Not very certain about that one. Referee sort of threw it in the middle of the play. So it'll be a punt by Bear.
Wow, that's twice that BHP has made mistakes on 4th and short and forced themselves into a kicking situation.
It's been their Achilles heel. It's been Bear looks to punt. He gets it up. Not that bad. Bounces. Keeps rolling, and they slap the ball from moving any further.
Well, there's been a few questionable calls, not awful calls, but questionable calls that have seemed to go the Hurricanes' way so far in this one. 6:03 to go in the first half, 19-7. Canes on top.
We're going to be seeing the Shrine Bowl player, Will Blackston, seeing if he can make a big impact here on this defense for the Bears. Joe Owens coming out, of course, with his north-south participants, Eli Wilson and Tyler.
Right back in business.
We could be looking for a huge touchdown here that would basically silence this team, as it looks to be a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage to Wilson for about 5 yards.
That was an interesting play, wasn't it?
It really was. I thought he was just going to take it.
Ran forward and then just kind of threw it back to Wilson. Got about 5 yards. Second down, 5.
Simmons takes it up the middle, pushing.
Gets doesn't go down.
Almost up to the first.
Very close to the first down marker.
Near the 25. Blackson makes a stop.
5 minutes left in the first half. Hurricanes up 19-7. Of course, I'm glad personally that it's not 19-0.
Third down and 2.
Blowouts are not fun to cover. This one not seeming like it's a blowout, although with the touchdown here, it could definitely start to become one. Snap off, hands to Logan Simmons. Logan Simmons gets up and gets the first.
So that'll keep the drive alive. And you're right, if Wren scores here, Bears are in a little bit of trouble.
Staying alive, staying alive. Keeping the drive alive. Owens in the shotgun. Receivers are in a interesting formation. Blitz coming. Dots up.
Catch
Willman. He did.
He did.
They call it a catch.
Scooped it right off the ground, did Hayden Willman. Down there at the 10, so that's a first and goal.
It'll be the exact same play, it appears. So same formation, different play probably. Owens claps his hand, gets his ball, looks to hand it off to Simmons, does hand it off to Simmons. That's not a smart play. I would definitely try to go for a pass there, personally. Not questioning the intelligence of this team. It's just he got bottled up before he could make anything out of it. It would have been smarter to be a quarterback keeper with a lot of space. They came crashing through the middle.
Unless they just want to use a little clock.
That would be true as well, but then again, they're not cats, they're Hurricanes. They don't play with their food, they kill it. As Owens looks to pass, the righty keeps it, looking to make people miss, and he gets up to about the 5-yard line. It'll be second and goal.
Actually, third and goal.
Okay, it looked second and goal. It's third and goal. Excuse me. Three minutes and 42 seconds left in the first half. Again, halftime show will be on Sayers. Good tight end for the Jets. Played 6 years in the league. It's a bunch formation for Owens. Blitz coming through the middle, gets some pressure in there.
Nice
but
play.
it's still a dot up to Tyler Cherry, I believe.
He went up high and got it. Touchdown.
Climbing the ladder.
Owens is lucky to have a couple of receivers like that can go high in the end zone above the defense. Good hands. Come down for a touchdown in Cherry and, of course, Wilson as well. So 25-7 now.
Hopefully they can make it 26-7. Sorry, 27-7 as they get the 2-point conversion.
Well, that was quick. So they do get the 2 points this time, and as Bennett mentioned, it's 27-7. Bears got work to do. 3:36 to go in the first half.
Well, Nick Morgan can make fun of his brother now because he just got a 2-point conversion. Meanwhile, Harrison Morgan dropped his. Battle of the brothers here.
Well, he was the one passing it.
Maybe the 30, not quite though, at 30-yard line.
The Bears got to stop messing around now. They got to go with what works on offense. Trailing by 3 scores.
Sounds like we're at a Cowboys game.
I have nightmares.
We dem boys. There's a team that I hate more in the NFL, it truly is the Cowboys. Then again, I can't say much. I'm a Saints fan, so I'm hated by Panther fans. As Milford looks past, Ben Bear was turning around, but he threw it too fast, and Ben Bear had no time to catch that one.
And speaking of Harrison Morgan, good pressure on that to rush the quarterback's throw.
Harrison Morgan looking like Khalil Johnson out there, but he wears gloves.
Well, now we can tell them apart.
Now we can tell them apart. I know a heck of a lot about pro football, but I'm terrible at fantasy football. It's bad. Milford looks to pass. He's great pressure coming from this defense. And that is some pass interference right there. Letting them play, but Bird got held there.
Yeah, you can see what Wren's doing now with a little bit of a lead here. They're bringing a lot more guys on the blitz, saying, okay, Milford, if you're going to beat us, we're going to make it tough on you to throw the ball. We know you basically have to throw it to get back in this game.
Third and 10. Looks to hand off to Ellis. Ellis looking to run.
Nope.
Oh, face mask on the play. Gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now there is a flag as he went to turn the corner. They were both kind of going at each other's helmets there. Let's see what the call is. It's a big call here.
It really is.
Personal foul, face mask on Wren.
Oh,
so
on
that
Wren.
will help the Bears drive. Just keep it alive.
Looking, the Washington-Minnesota game has just started for the NFL.
Boy, that should be a doozy.
Case Keenum facing his old team, and in fact, Kirk Cousins facing his old team.
Yeah. Just see last week with the Niners in Washington. Boy, what an ugly game.
Some great pictures, though, from that one.
Yeah, the slip and slide, yeah.
And the Mud Bowl is what they're calling it, as it is a first down. Now second down, loss on the plate.
That was on R.J. Ellis.
R.J. Ellis. I don't know why I wanted to say E.J. Ellis so much right there.
But he lost a yard. The Bears' clock starting to be a factor now, too, down to about 2:40. They got to get the ball moving up the field.
Jeremiah Johnson will check in at running back, the power back, definitely biggest man on the field here. It's bigger than one of their offensive linemen. Milford gets destroyed.
Oh, that's interference all
Pass
over the
interference,
place.
and he gets called for that.
The BHP guys are finally happy. That one was pretty obvious.
Briggs Cox all over him there. They're playing very, very aggressive here. And I was surprised they didn't call a roughing the passer penalty on Wren 2. They destroyed Milford when he got that pass off. Let's just say this. If Clay Matthews was playing for Wren, that would have been a roughing the passer penalty. It'll move them up to about the 47-yard line.
So into Wren territory thanks to a couple of penalties.
Stick around for halftime. I'm going to be covering a Jets wide receiver who played in the 1960s. Sawyer, something around
S-A-U-E-R, right? George
S-A-U-E-R, George Sauer. Looking to pass, but he hands it off instead to Jeremiah Johnson, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for a first down.
Well, actually, you're going to mark his knee down short.
Excuse me.
It'll be a couple of yards short. Although he did keep rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, but he'd already touched the ground.
That's okay, though. Jeremiah Johnson looking fresh here, even though he has been leading in rushing so far. RJ Ellis not been able to make anything happen.
Man. Milford had Oliver deep downfield at the goal line and just overthrew it. He's done that several times here in the first half.
He's got to take his time here. He cannot throw
relax,
like
take
that.
a breath.
He needs to turn down.
For what?
Johnson will check out and RJ Ellis will check in. Bird has not come back into the game yet. Ben Bear in the slot now. Looking to hand off to RJ Ellis. RJ Ellis looking to make people miss. Finally getting his run game going. That's a first down for the Bears.
Down to the 33. Clock stops as they mark the ball for the first down. 1:44 left in the first half. Bears really got to score here.
Harrison Morgan out there, looking like he's about to blitz off the line.
Because remember, the Bears get the ball to open the second half as well.
So they definitely want to score here, looking for 15. And Burgos is outran. Could not get there. Surprised he's playing wide receiver, but then again, anybody can play anything here. He's trying his hardest. Carlito Burgos.
Carlito. Second down and 10. Down to 1:27 to go.
Burgos will stay out there at wide receiver. Bird as the wide receiver. Tyler Fields in the wide receiver.
Oh, boy.
Possible block in the back.
Oh, nice
But
play.
it's a first down with a flag on the play. Could be for unsportsmanlike conduct or possible block on the back or something.
Be interesting to see what that flag is over here on the near side as the play was taking place all the way over on the other side.
This has been a very exciting game. Of course, the Hurricanes are up 27-7.
Illegal man downfield is what it is.
So that'll move them back, shooting themselves in the foot yet again.
Mm-mm-mm. 1:16 to go.
Joe Owens is responsible for 2 touchdowns, and well, actually, technically 3. He's ran 2 and he's thrown 1. Tyler Cherry, and Simmons is also responsible for 1 touchdown. But again, it would be a bigger score if not for the missed 2-point conversion and the blocked extra point. Milford in the shotgun, looking to pass. Ball comes back, looking to hand off, fakes the handoff, play action pass, and it is
another flag. This one down though at the line of scrimmage.
Sharice Edwards bats it up in the air.
They are really rushing Milford now. As we mentioned, Wren with the lead going after him a little more, and he's rushing passes. He has receivers open, but he's rushing the passes.
And he'll move them back. I believe it was holding on the offense.
So this is getting to be a very long second down. 49-yard line. They got to get all the way to the 23. So call it 2nd and 26 now.
It really helps that referee is standing right where they need to go. Tyler Fields out wide, Bird out wide as well with Oliver in the slot. Haven't seen a lot from Caleb Horn, but he's a great blocking tight end. Offensive line's held up pretty well so far. Haven't really let a ton of pressure through. He dots it over to Fields. Fields gets brought down by a face mask, but they won't call it. 3rd down and, well, shorter.
Shorter, I like that.
55
they got
seconds
about
left.
half of that back on that play. So it's 3rd down and 13.
Would definitely take a timeout soon if they don't get anything here. Hurry up offense. Logan Milford out there. Bird out wide. Fields and Horn all out there along with Oliver. Looking to pass. 38 seconds left. They really need to get a playoff here so they can have some more time. Blitz coming by Des Frazier, and sorry, not Des Frazier, Malik Mattress. He dots it over to R.J. Ellis, and R.J. Ellis gets brought down by the horse collar.
Got out of bounds to stop the clock, but it's now going to be 4th down.
Definitely need to go for it here. You don't have much to lose, and you just need to hope if you can't score here that your defense can get out here and hold them before halftime. 27.3 seconds left in the first half. 27-7 Hurricanes. As everyone in the crowd will start to jump. Jump, jump, jump. Except no one's jumping.
They're just kind of moving a little bit. It's a beautiful night, we should say, too. I don't know what the weather is actually going to be tomorrow night, but this is a perfect night for football. No breeze at all. The flag limp at the far end. And the temperature just perfect.
Beautiful, to say the least. Beautiful Thursday night. Thursday night always seems to be the beautiful night. Friday night always seems to be a little bit uglier. Milford will come back out here for this 4th down and long. Caleb Horn, their tight end, is playing off the tackles. Braylon Oliver out wide with, I believe that's Ben Bear. And Bird out there at wide receiver, looking to throw. Blitz coming, trying to get him. Des Frazier looking.
Whoa!
Oh, speed. Gets the first down and gets out of bounds with 15.9 seconds left in the first half.
Everybody thinking he was going to throw downfield when he got free of the defenders in the backfield, and he just took off himself down that sideline for the first down. Good job by Milford.
Jets.
And he's all the way down to the 11-yard line, 15.9 seconds left. They don't have any timeouts left, so you got to be careful here.
They're definitely looking for either a quick screen pass, quick pass to the end zone, or a, well, that's pretty much all they can do is quick pass to the end zone and then recuperate their loss and kick a field goal if that doesn't work. Looking play action pass, don't know why you would throw that. Run that. He gets out of bounds.
Just barely.
And he was hit out of bounds by the crown of his helmet.
8.9 seconds to go.
I believe they will try to go for another play here. Probably throw it away.
5.
And then they'll kick a field goal if that doesn't work. We'll see Anthony Bertoni come out to kick the field goal if they do not get a touchdown on this play. Could go for a fake too. You never know. Cut their losses though and kick the extra point if this doesn't work. Milford in the shotgun. Bunch formation from wide receivers looking to throw. He's going to throw to the touchdown. Bird with a touchdown, and that makes it less of a blowout to start this second half.
And they get the ball to start the second half. So this is really big with 4.9 seconds left for the Bears to get that touchdown.
13-27, the Hurricanes still lead, obviously. But it's now less of a lead as everyone will get up collectively and go get food from the concession stands. I think that's what I will do too. Kick is up and good by Bertoni, making it 14-27. Well, he's been accurate, 2 for 2. Not much can be said about JT Wigginton. As they have a dude out there doing push-ups for the Bears.
All right.
I didn't know they did that.
Why not?
A little bit of Clemson there. BHP Bear push-up guy. Well, I think if you were in the middle of a hurricane, the ceiling would not hold you down. It'd get ripped off, but that's just me.
I don't think too many Bears live in hurricane areas.
I know. Save the Bears, y'all. As this Hurricanes return team will be out there. They have all 3 timeouts. Now, it'll probably run out the clock here on the kickoff return unless they take a fair catch or something.
Yeah, they should just squib it.
They might be going for an onside kick, who knows. Try to get like a quick, long touchdown or some crud like that. It's a directional kick out. It's a fair catch called by Morgan. That'd be Harrison Morgan. And so Joe Owens will have one play, probably a Hail Mary, try to get a touchdown here and extend their lead. Loving what we're seeing down here on this field. Nando Mezzarandi with the kickoff, by the way.
Bears showing some resilience there on that last drive, though. They got helped along by a couple of Wren penalties, but at the same time, they had to score there to keep this a game, and they got it done.
Joe Owens in the shotgun, running back behind him. He claps his hands, gets his ball, and kneels it down as we will go to halftime. Wren has been on top of this one, 27-14.
All right, Bennett's halftime feature is coming right up, and then we've got second half action from Wren. Score again. 27-14 Hurricanes on the Pulse Sports Network.
I love playing real estate games. All this buying and selling and I just passed go. Give me that $200. Oh, whoops. Take that back. Go ahead and put a house on Anderson Place.
Yeah. And who are you buying this house with, knucklehead?
Team-wise choice, of course. Who else in South Carolina has the largest variety of homes for sale in the upstate? That's not a very wise statement to make.
Find investment properties, homes you can play Monopoly in, and more at teamwisechoice.com. That's teamwisechoice.com.
Hi there. If you're hearing this, well, then it must be halftime. That means it's halftime of our Wren BHP game. I'm sure it's a good one. On paper, it looked like a great game. Well, this is our halftime show, and my player spotlight will be on a man by the name of George, and this is a weird last name, Sawyer. Okay, he's a wide receiver. He played for the New York Jets. Now, a lot of people know about Joe Namath and his guarantee that they would win the Super Bowl, which they did go on to win. But not a lot of people know anything else about the rest of the team. It's sort of Joe Namath carried this team, this legacy. But George Sawyer, I'm going to call him George Sawyer, he was a Pro Bowler, a 4-time Pro Bowler. He was a 2-time All-Pro, a 1-time AFL champion, and a Super Bowl champion, because he was the wide receiver that Joe Namath targeted the most. He was number 83 all 6 of his years, and he played all 6 of his years with the New York Jets. He had 28 touchdowns. He had 4,965 receiving yards, and he played as a split end, but a lot of people call that wide receiver now. Split ends block a little bit more than they catch. Meanwhile, split ends are always catching. Wide receivers are always catching, excuse me. He unfortunately recently passed away. By recently, I mean in the last 10 years, in 2013. But he played in 84 games while he was in the NFL, and he had 309 receptions. Now, he played at Texas, which this is the second guy who I've covered who played at the University of Texas, the first being Tommy Nobis, my first player spotlight. And of course, as I said earlier, he was part of the 1968 Jets Super Bowl winning team. He led the AFL in receptions in 1967, and he was drafted with the 36th pick. So that was most likely the second, third round for the NFL, because they did not have 32 teams back then. They had a lot less. So he was drafted then. He's considered he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's considered one of the top wide receivers from the 60s. He played until around 1973, 71, 72. But he quit football in his prime. He was on target. George didn't like being regimented. He thought it was dehumanizing because when he played football, they always told him what he had to do. When he woke up, when he went to bed, what he ate, what he did, and he couldn't do it anymore because he didn't like to be regimented. It was like he was in the army all over, everywhere. Every time he would do something, even in the off season, they had control over to him. And that is why that's why he retired. And of course, as many pro football players are passing away now, he passed away from Alzheimer's disease. He probably, because of the style of football they played back then, probably had a lot of concussions that no one knew about, broken bones no one fixed, and that caused a lot of head trauma, caused him to get Alzheimer's. But after he had retired from pro football, this is the interesting part. After he had retired, he came back to the World Football League, the WFL, and he played 1 year for them in 1974 with the New York Stars. That's interesting to me because not a lot of football players would come back after retiring, and not a lot of people have the guts to retire in their prime. Andrew Luck, of course, the most notable guy recently who's retired in his prime. But a lot of people can sense when someone's going to retire. He's a very interesting story, someone who I would love to know more about, and I really wish he was still around so that way I could see, interviews and find out more about him. He died when he was 69 years old. Of course, the Jets have not won a Super Bowl since then. Joe Namath, Hall of Fame quarterback, which brings up the question, should he be a Hall of Fame wide receiver? He was on that amazing Super Bowl team. He was the one who caught the touchdown passes for him, for Joe, and he is the reason Joe Namath was such a good quarterback. Now, he didn't make a guarantee. He didn't flash himself around and say, I'm going to do this, that, the other, but he was still a constant wide receiver, a very productive one at that. The rest of his years in the league were some of his best, though, and some of the best that we've seen out of a wide receiver in a while. Now, of course, that was back when you don't really pass the football. Namath never. It's one of those where you never really pass the football. It's always a run league first, then quick shovel passes, things like that. So now, of course, 28 touchdown passes would be considered a child's game, child's play. That means you're not a top-tier wide receiver if you caught 28 touchdowns in your career, because Randy Moss shattered that record. Jerry Rice shattered that record. Even players now like Julio Jones have shattered that record. And you can see, even though in a single season, Jerry Rice almost topped his passing touchdown record. George Sayers' entire career. Sawyers, that's what I was going to call him. He had 28. Randy Moss, I believe, had 24 for the record. 23 perhaps. But it's just odd now because, of course, it's a pass-first league now. You don't really see those giant, big, bumbling, rumbling, stumbling runs anymore. But it's something that I think we need to go back to because I love the ground and pound. I love when people air it out, obviously. Drew Brees, phenomenal at long passes down the field. Aaron Rodgers, phenomenal. But a ground and pound with big running backs, I would love to see more fullbacks being used as well. This is turned from a opinion piece on George Sawyer to a fullback question, because fullbacks are never used in the NFL anymore. They are seldom used. The best one is Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers. We have Patrick DeMarco. I'm going to go with DeMarco from the Bills. He played at South Carolina, by the way, if you'd like to know that. Tommy Bohannon, he actually left the league and went to the XFL. Ricky Ortiz from the Falcons. Zach Line, John Kuhn, Aaron Ripkowski. All these guys, I know a lot of fullbacks, and that's a position where they are hard-nosed, running, tackling football machines. You can put them and they will block for you. And that's the beauty of the fullback. And that's why I believe fullbacks should be used more, because Franco Harris was a fullback, if you didn't know that. And back in those days, a fullback was used just like a running back. He was the third down back. He was the power back. C.J. Anderson could be moved to fullback. He would make a great one too. But offenses have moved to the pass-first offense, and they have a blocking tight end instead. And tight ends are great and all, but a tight end isn't going to get you that hard-nosed running that a fullback does. Now, Alvin Kamara is a receiving back. I'm using the Saints as an example because I know them the best. He's a receiving back, and he can get out of the backfield and catch, but he can't run straight up the gut and bowl over people like I'm going to use Franco Harris could. He couldn't get down the field with 5 people dragging onto him like Franco Harris could. Ricky Ortiz, if you hand him the ball on the 1 yard line, there's a very good chance he will get in. And do they ever get injured? Yes. James Devlin got injured. And then his backup, the German football player, got injured. And you're seeing a lot now that people coming over are mainly playing tight end and fullback because those are positions of need on every NFL team. If you have a good fullback, you're going to win some games. The Patriots had a good one, James Devlin, and they would use him sometimes. But Kyle Juszczyk is used as a passing fullback, going out of the backfield. Now, imagine if the 49ers had all their healthy people. Imagine if they had Marquise Goodwin, they had Deebo Samuel in the slot, they had out wide Emmanuel Sanders, a new trade acquisition. They had Kyle Juszczyk in the backfield with, let's say, Matt Breida, or perhaps Tevin Coleman. Or who was the other one? Jerick McKinnon as well, who's missing his 2nd consecutive year. Imagine if they had them, and then they also had Dante Pettis, or they had George Kittle at tight end. They would probably be, well, they would still be undefeated, but they would have been, their turnover margin would be a lot less than it is now. That's why I believe fullbacks should be used in the NFL more, and that's why when we talk about George Sawyer, why he wasn't utilized anymore and why he retired in his prime. He didn't like football. He didn't like being told what to do. And at the same time, that was a run-first league, so he had to understand that he wasn't going to get the touchdown passes like we see today. He wasn't going to get the long balls because no one threw them. Because why would you need to do that when you have a running back who can run for 15 yards a carry? And, of course, he didn't wear gloves, which gloves are now basically mandatory in the NFL to catch. You're not allowed to not use them. So I would definitely look into George Sawyer. And I would learn more about his story because he is probably one of the most interesting men in football. That is my halftime show. I'm going to play a couple songs, and we'll get you back to this BHP Wren game. Thursday Night Thriller here on WPPB The Pulse.
Yeah. You're not the type of girl to remain with the guy too shy, too afraid to say he'll give his heart to you forever. I'm not the boy that will fall to his knees with the dance class type, begging you please to stay with him for worse or for better. But I'm staring at you now, there's no one else around. I'm thinking you're the girl for me. I'm just saying it's fine by me if you never leave, and we can live like this forever. It's fine by me. In the past I would try hard to commit to a girl, wouldn't get too far. It always somehow seemed to fall apart. But with you, I can see what I need. I could dream realistically and knew that this was different from the start. And it seems that every time we're eye to eye, I can find another piece of you that I don't wanna lose. And I'm staring at you now, there's no one else around. I'm thinking you're the girl I need. I'm just saying it's fine by me if you never leave, and we can live like this forever. It's fine by me. I'm just saying it's fine by me if you never leave, and we can live like this forever. It's fine by me. And it's never easy, darling, believe me. I'm as skeptical as you. But when I think of life without us, it seems like what we're supposed to do. But I don't wanna come on too strong. I'm just saying it's fine by me if you never leave. We can live like this forever is fine by me. It's fine by me if you never leave, and we can live like this forever. It's fine by me. I'm just saying it's fine by me if we never leave, and we can live like this forever. It's fine by me. I've been dreaming, thinking that maybe we're all gonna win. 'Cause I've been losing sleep, fighting something. I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I thought I'd let you all know. I think it's time to let go. Will you tell me what it really means to wake up alive and free? 'Cause I'm trying to believe we could release. I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I thought I'd let you all know. I think it's time to let go. It's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to let go. I thought I'd let you all know. I think it's time to let go.
Hi there. If you're hearing this, well, then it must be halftime.
If you like what you're listening to and you would like to sponsor us, call us at 864-847-4121. Again, that's 864-847-4121.
Thanks for listening to My Pulse Radio. Be sure to check out all of our social medias. Our Instagram and Snapchat is My Pulse Radio, Twitter, My_Pulse Radio, and Facebook, WPPB The Pulse. Our mascot, Platypus, just started a TikTok at The Platypus. Also check out our Twitch, My Pulse Radio, WPPB, as we start streaming.
Hi there, I'm Bennett Ferguson.
And I'm John Boone.
And we are back for second half action here at Wren. A score update for those of you who go to Powdersville. Patriots are leaving.
They're leaving?
Well,
Where are they going?
They're going to Victorytown. They're leading 27-14 over Wake
Forest?
Yeah, Wake Forest, obviously. Sorry. West Oak.
All right, win number 2 on the way.
Hopefully. They're better than their last season. They went 1-9. They can go 2-8 here, which isn't good at all. But of course, new season next year. Get some of their JV players.
Yeah, here they actually have a strong JV program, so.
I think our JV team could beat our varsity team.
Really?
Which, of course, people argue with me about that all the time, but it's all about statistics and not about actual playing. Because, again, if our JV team went up against our varsity team, they get smacked because they're bigger players, but
right.
It doesn't matter.
Meanwhile, right here, we've got a football game.
We really do. 27-14. Joe Owens, 2 quarterback keepers for touchdowns. He passed one to Tyler Cherry. And Logan Simmons is responsible for a very questionable touchdown run. Dropped the ball somewhere near the end zone, but we're going to give him the touchdown. And on the other side, the Bears with a great touchdown by Dusty Hester. Again, they blocked the extra point by JT Wigington early in the first. And then, Demetrius Bird caught a touchdown pass late in the second quarter. And now the Bears will get to receive this kick.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, it's so important for them to score before halftime because then now they get the ball right back. And if they score here and get within 6, it's going to be fun the rest of the way. Here we go.
Wilson Garan kicks it way back to about 10-yard line.
Bennett's getting his food order while he brings it out across the 15 to the 19.
Sorry, I'm very hungry. That, of course, being number 7, Samaj Groves. As this team will take over the Bears. What do they need to do, Mr. Boone?
Well, you know, it's been a pretty good ball game. You mentioned hasn't been a whole lot of flags, haven't been any turnovers. Milford's got to find a way to calm down a little bit in the pocket because Wren's been coming after him a bit. Maybe that's set up with more running plays. Here's one right off the bat to Ellis.
Ellis, huge hole, getting brought down by this Wren defense.
First down right up the gut for R.J. Ellis. Might as well ride him as much as you can because he's got that talent. He may be the whole key to open back up that passing game where Milford has some time to throw the ball. And then BHP can do just about anything. Their receivers have been getting open.
It's just been pocket pressure. Holding, it looked like, but they're not going to call it. R.J. Ellis gets a couple of yards on the play. Excuse me. And, of course, if you missed it, we talked a little bit about R.J. Ellis. He's been elected to the North-South All-Star game. Great running back. Surprised Jeremiah Johnson didn't get elected to that, too. Both of them, it's sort of without the other one, to get the other one going, they work in tandem. As Bird will be out wide. Milford in the pocket, looking to hand off, fakes it. Play action, looking for that early. Des Frazier looks to rush the quarterback. It's an interception. Harrison Morgan running up the sideline. Gets it down to about the 15-yard line. Harrison Morgan with a nice pick on that.
Well, you know, we said what they needed to do, and they did just the opposite. Talked about the no turnovers and trying to get Milford not to rush. And there they turned it over and he rushed a pass. And Morgan is not going to miss that. Stepped right in front to pick it up. And now Wren is threatening to go up by 3 scores again.
And that is why he was elected to the Shrine Bowl.
Well, that's huge because they had a chance to cut it down to 6.
Owens looking to throw. He throws a deep one, and Williman comes down with it. 2 feet down, touchdown.
Just like that. The defender almost fell down. That really made it easy for Williman. And a turnover, a 10-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, Wren's up 33-14. A minute 15 gone in the second half.
Amazing. 33-14 again. JT Wigington will be on to kick the extra point. The kick almost on its way. It's coming back, looking to kick, up and good. Wigington bangs that one through.
34-14.
Can we please go back to when it was 27-14, please?
Yeah, that was a big mistake by the Bears.
Got Bears. Well,
They've
hopefully
been chasing the whole game, and that means a different style of play and a different style of defense by Wren, too, as they were able to come after the quarterback. The one time that the Bears had a chance to do something different, they turn it over. And now they're going to be back on their heels again, and Wren with the bigger lead is going to come after Milford even more.
And I feel like they could also go for an onside kick here. They're not really pushing their players up. Try to get something going here. It's a nice long kick down the field, hitting at about the 5-yard line. Best kick so far besides the touchback when there's a penalty. But there's not a penalty on this play.
Oliver, the return man, gets it out across the 20 and was kind of blocked to the sideline. Not much room for him there. Mark him right out about the 25-yard line.
Tyler Fields out wide at wide receiver for the BHP Bears.
No more mistakes.
Looking to hand off to Jeremiah Johnson, and there's a flag on the play, probably for a block in the back or holding. Des Frazier, I believe, or maybe it's Malik Mattress, is hobbling off the field. He needs to get down, get the trainers out here. And he goes down. Doubled over. He couldn't walk on his, I believe, right foot. Penalty doesn't really matter. Don't know how appropriate playing during an injury timeout. Don't know how appropriate playing ads is, but whatever. As I believe Mattress will walk off the field. We'll see if he comes back on a little bit later.
It does seem to be like you mentioned, they're working on his foot.
This Thursday night thriller.
He is going to limp off, so at least he's able to do it on his own power.
I do not believe we'll see any more of him tonight, though. So more defensive players will need to step up and step into these roles. BHP held, I'm pretty sure. As these cheerleaders are louder than the entire student section.
Bears fans just want to find something to cheer about.
Well, you can't cheer much about that one either. Bird gets out of bounds on a slow but nothing gain.
Second down and 20.
Harrison Morgan looking like the best player on either side of the ball right now. Des Frazier really needs to get something going here on the defense if he wants to make a name for himself, as that is a drop pass by Bird. A little bit behind him, but no excuse there. Should have caught it. Now, the weird thing that I'm noticing is that neither Logan Milford nor Joe Owens have been elected to Shrine Bowl or North-South.
Well, there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there.
That's true.
And these guys are good quarterbacks, but are they great quarterbacks?
I feel like Joe Owens has a really good shot to have made that. Milford will be in the shotgun, looking to pass, I believe. This is a long third down. Blitz coming. Tons of pressure.
Oh.
Dropped pass by Frazier.
Just waited too long to make that throw.
As the punt team will come out for the Bears.
He had him open over the middle, but again, waited too long to make the throw. The defense was there, and he got his receiver clobbered, even though Fields almost made the play. Now Wren will have great field position once again.
Ben Bear will be back to punt. He's been doing a lot of stuff today, receiving and kicking. Looks to punt the ball away, almost blocked.
Good kick.
It's whirling all the way down to about the 45-yard line.
And of course, your guy, Harrison Morgan, makes the fair catch at the 45.
He's a senior. I understand seniors. I like safeties as well. They're my favorite defensive. If I was anything on defense, it would probably be defensive line because I'm not fast, or maybe edge. I don't know. But I've always respected safeties. They're sort of bigger versions of cornerbacks. It's always interesting to see them. And Khalil Johnson's really instilled the safeties are a cool thing. As we look for another cherry bomb, as Joe Owens comes up with it, but they call it incomplete. That was completed. He bobbled it, but he caught it.
Or it hit the ground first, I don't know. But yeah, the little reverse. And then Cherry with the throw, as you mentioned. We saw him do that for a touchdown the last time we were here.
Versus, I believe, Clinton.
But this time a little too far out in front of Owens.
To hand off to Simmons. Simmons looking to make some people miss.
Look
He gets out of the tackle, and he gets down to about the 36-yard line. Oh, they might have been at the 40. Great.
And again, Simmons impressive, where it looks like he is totally stopped. He finds 5 yards out of that play.
They had 12 men on the field, so they had to get one off extremely quickly. Owens looks to throw, and he misses. Samaj Groves knocking down Wilman. And Devin Bolt knocking down Owens.
Yeah, good pressure by Bolt there. And there is a flag, so let's see what that's about.
Illegal man downfield on Wren. Probably one of their offensive linemen. Well, that would probably be that's most likely what it was. Sort of why they call that play.
Well, of course, no football tomorrow night on the Pulse Network because of this early game tonight. But on Saturday, we want you to come down to the park with us in Williamston and get some candy. It's Boo in the Park. We make our annual appearance. Bring your kids. 5 o'clock. Tons of candy going to be given away. Come in their costumes and have a good time. See us, see Platypus. It's all going on this Saturday, Williamston Park.
Joe Owens will be, well, I guess he would still be out there. He is their quarterback after all, but Noah Black really been silent so far in the second quarter and in the second half. He's in motion. He claps his hands, gets his ball. Owens looking to throw. Pressure coming. He rolls out of that one. Blackston pop up by Burgos. Very nice play on that ball by Burgos.
Down there close to the 15-yard line. That ball bouncing around off all kinds of body parts, but falls to the ground without anybody coming up with it. Dangerous throw by Owens.
He's looking like a primetime Malcolm Jenkins out there. And now we will get to see some more of Wilson Garand. Looking like Kyr Vedovic from the NFL out there punting and kicking. Looking to punt, punts it well back. Great punt, looking to bounce. Morgan lets it keep bouncing. Both the Morgan brothers are on the ball though. And neither of them pick it up.
Down to the 8-yard line, so wasn't the best looking punt, but he got the nice roll, pinning the Bears back inside the 10. Another tough assignment now for the Bears offense.
I would get this running going. I mentioned in pregame how much I miss hard-nosed running of the football, and I'd really like to see it here. I would really like to see Jeremiah Johnson bowl over some people and some R.J. Ellis, quick, speedy, jumping over people. Milford looks to hand it off to Ellis. Ellis looking like he's going to make some people miss. He makes some people miss. He jukes out Harrison Morgan and gets down to the 30-yard line. He got his ankles got broken on that play.
Ellis can do that to you. First down to 30.
Milford is back in the shotgun. Ellis, the single back. Looking to hand off, fakes the handoff, rolling out, looking for Bird. Bird rolls upfield. He dots it up to Bird. He caught it too. And they call him out at the 45-yard line with a flag on the play.
Talk about him dropping it in there right over the outstretched arms of the defense. But looks like it's coming back.
Harrison
Illegal
Morgan.
man downfield again.
Harrison Morgan, the defender who got beat on that play. Well, they really need to score before the clock gets down too much further. Because if they don't score here, the fourth quarter will come, and when the fourth quarter comes and they're losing still by big, they're not going to be able to come back. Milford hands it off to Ellis. Ellis making some people miss, gets back up, not to the line of scrimmage, to about the 29-yard line.
He's off the left side. Ball down there to the BHP bench. Picks up a couple of yards. Malachi Reyes making a stop. 2nd and 12.
That was number 24, I believe, Malachi Reyes on that tackle. Milford in the shotgun. Number 13 rolling, spinning, and down behind line of scrimmage still. Jerron Pruitt. You okay there?
Man, I just about whipped the headset right off my head.
7 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Speedily moving along, Milford looking to pass here. He really has to. He looks, he dots up Tyler Fields and gets down for the first down for the Bears. Tyler Fields looks a little bit injured.
Oh, that's a terrible spot. He was at least in first down territory, as you mentioned. They're still going to give it to him.
But still, that's still stealing
they marked
them
him about
yardage.
3 yards short of where he caught it. But he does get the first down. That was interesting.
Looking to pass. It's a dot of Oliver, but Oliver gets nothing in that.
He had to go up to catch that one. As soon as he came down, the defense was there. No chance to make a move.
And Oliver's down on the field.
Yeah, that would be a huge loss.
It really would be. Best defender and their best offensive weapon.
7:03 to go in the third. They missed it. It was 27-14 at the half after the Bears scored just before halftime. And then they got the ball to start the second half, but they threw an interception. And here they had a chance to cut it to 6. Threw an interception. One play after that, Wren scored to put the lead up to 20, 34-14.
course, Williman with that touchdown early in. It's been really the only, it's been the only point scored so far in this third quarter.
If it's fabric you need to match any application, Glen Raven Mills is your one-stop solution from sunroof.
As ads play during this injury timeout, they're actually pretty loud too.
Very.
A little bit too loud.
Glen Raven Mills is your source for all fabric applications, and they are a proud sponsor of Wren football.
Good seeing Oliver walking off under his own power, limping. Someone we have not seen come back onto the field. Suspicions have been confirmed, perhaps. Although I think, wait, no, maybe I'm lying. I cannot read that. I cannot see if it's 2 or a 8. I don't know if Malik Mattress has entered the game again or not. He has not. Malik Mattress is probably out for the rest of the game. We'll see. Braylon Oliver down there. We'll see if he comes back in. Second down and shorter. Less than 10 yards to go. Trying to get him to jump offside. Sees the blitz coming. IDs his mic. And looking to get set back up. Johnson, the running back. RJ Ellis getting some breaths of fresh air. Milford looks to pass. Hits up Bird. Bird gets some space. Gets the first down at about the 45-yard line.
There you go.
Bird picks up a first down across midfield to the Hurricane 45.
Samaje Groves comes in for Bird. Ben Bear and Tyler Fields are out wide. Harrison Morgan is playing well off the line of scrimmage, way back at about the 30-yard line. Of course, we're playing at the 45 right now. Hands off to Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson bowls someone over and looks to get some space. It's about 3 yards.
Broke one tackle at the line of scrimmage and looked like he was headed outside. Nice stop on the outside to keep that from being a big gainer.
Out comes Dusty Hester at wide receiver. Dusty Hester is a speedster on that outside. He caught the touchdown pass earlier. And they're playing him at running back right now. Looking to throw Milford well down the field, looking for Tyler Fields. Tyler Fields
out of bounds.
He gets a foot down, though, as there's an injured player out there.
Yeah, he caught it out of bounds. But you're right, another Wren player is down.
Harrison Morgan helping him out. I'm wondering.
Nice catch by Fields. But
I think that's Nick Morgan, injured over there.
Big third down coming up for the Bears.
I want to see who this is. I hope they're okay. Over there on the sideline, so they could continue play if they need to.
Again, a reminder, we've got one more regular season game coming up next Friday, November the 1st from BHP against the Daniel Lions. Should be another great one. Along the Pulse Sports Network, where you can, of course, watch on boxcast.tv, also on Facebook Live, and on the Pulse Sports Network YouTube page. And you can listen at mypulseradio.com or any of the apps, WPPB The Pulse, Radio FX, or TuneIn.
Malik Mattress is back out there, by the way. And something I'm going to do different this week, next week, instead of doing a player spotlight on a player from the past, I'm actually going to do a player spotlight on a current player.
Aha.
It's going to be a Hall of Fame induction speech for T.Y. Hilton. One of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL right now.
Yes, you make that very clear.
Every day. Bird out wide. He looks like T.Y. Hilton. Long hair, good hands, and fast. Can't start until they turn off the speakers. They still have the injured player over there on the sidelines, still in the same position. They finally get him up. I believe that is Nick Morgan.
He's
He can't
hopping
walk.
back to the bench.
We hope he's okay. Now we get to see Cameron Clay Gamble out there at cornerback.
Ah, yes, one of our media broadcasting guys.
Good guy, works very hard.
What?
We're going to see if this defense can now hold on this third down. Looking to pass. He's obviously going to be targeting that newbie.
That's a beautiful pass.
Oh, right over Cameron Clay
Cameron Clay Gamble. And it was Fields, and that was a dart right on target inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for
the Bears.
The Bears. Beautiful pass.
Braylon Oliver had come back in for that play as well. He's going back out. He's obviously going to be playing very sparingly as there's 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Milford looks to pass, but he hands it off to Dusty Hester. Trying to get it into the end zone is a little bit short.
Finally goes down at about the 3.
They really need to get a touchdown here early as they sub out some players. New Wren Hurricane coming in for this defense. This defense has a ton of good players, some great depth. Looking to hand off again to Hester. Hester's a yard short again.
He got hit hard at the line of scrimmage that time. Still tough to go down.
And the coach was well out onto the field.
Yeah, and
before
he's got a flag. That's going to kill him. Why the heck? Why'd he do that?
He ran out in the middle of the play as well.
And they're right down there by the goal line, and now they're going to get backed up 15 yards.
I think it took the referee a minute to realize that he's out on the field, and he's talking to him at the goal. He was standing on the goal. Silly. Just silly. Unprofessional.
Wow. That's disappointing if you're a Bears fan. I mean, obviously, he saw something that he wanted to get their attention, but you can't run out on the field like that, and here's your team right on the doorstep of scoring.
The precipice.
So what are they doing here?
Now they're going to bring out Braylon Oliver. They're probably going to take out Blackston.
Well, whatever it was, he must have convinced him of what it was because they picked up the flag.
Okay.
So I don't know what he was screaming about,
It
but
worked.
he was right.
Hey, to all the coaches who are listening to this, all you got to do is run out in the middle of a play onto
But
the
you
field.
better be right.
Yeah, you better be right. Pull a Mike Tomlin, stay on the sidelines.
Try to trip people as they go by.
Yeah. Logan Milford looking to pass.
There he
He's
is.
going to keep it, though, and he's going to get in. The quarterbacks are rushing today. They needed this early. They needed it. Although it would have been nice for them to have scored with like 8 minutes left, so that way they'd get the ball back. But
Well,
that doesn't
they've
matter.
still got time in this game, that's for sure. 34-20 now, and they can make it a 13-point game with the extra point.
If you're interested in hockey, the Blue Jackets are currently beating the Hurricanes 4-3. If Brooke is listening to this, haha. Nice kick up by Anthony Bertoni.
So we're back to 2 possessions again. 34-21. The Bears have got to step up on defense.
Have you seen the thing they're serving down there? It's like a taco, but it's inside of a Doritos bag.
Oh, yeah, those, what do they call them, walking tacos or whatever
I think
it is?
so.
Yeah.
As they have the BHP Bear push-up bench.
I think you ought to do that for Powdersville.
Ooh, my push-ups are not pretty. Let's
Yeah,
just
but
say.
the thing is, you wouldn't have to do it very often.
That's just cold-blooded there. The last time I checked, we were beating West Oak.
And you were actually scoring some points.
I could probably score some points on that offense, honestly. Actually, I lie. I probably would be back up, but that's okay.
You'll be out there for the kneel down play?
Yeah. Versus Westside on their own field, which is AstroTurf. I was so excited. I finally get to play on AstroTurf. I get out there. Bennett, go out there. Why? There's like a second left because you're helping with the kneel down. I'm like, okay. I run out there, and then the dude I was trying to block just goes right under me. Those were fun times, though. I don't regret anything that I did, except not boiling my mouthpiece because it never fit right because I just chewed on it.
Yeah, you got to do the boil.
Yeah, and I believe they're going for an onside kick here.
To be honest with you, I think it's too early for that. Well,
it's a squib kick. To Morgan. Morgan's going to look to make some people miss. Shrine Bowl safety.
It's actually kind of dangerous to kick to him.
I know.
But at any rate, the Hurricanes have good field position again. And the Bears don't really have a kicker that's going to kick it deep anyway, so I guess they just choose a spot and go for it. But the Bears defense right now has got to step it up. They were really playing well early on in this game. And then kind of fell off a little bit.
It's a bobbled snap. Handed off to Simmons. Simmons gets drugged down in the backfield by Blackston.
No chance on that play. You mentioned the bobbled snap, so the handoff was late. And the defense was back there.
Blackston, of course, made the Shrine Bowl.
Coach's son.
Obviously, going to be the best player on the field. Good coach's son.
Under 4 minutes to go in the third.
Owen's looking to pass. Owen's looking. He dots one way down the field.
Oh!
Noah Black right through the hands.
That should have been caught. Beautiful pass.
I guarantee you Noah Black wished that he was the guy throwing that football, not having to try to catch that. He was former quarterback, I believe, right?
Really? I didn't know that.
Played quarterback up until Joe Owens got here. But then he also played wide receiver. It's sort of like Brian Lowry from Powdersville. Eli Wilson gets the ball, and he gets brought way down behind the line of scrimmage. Fourth down, and the Hurricanes have been stopped. Which way do Hurricanes move again? Counterclockwise or clockwise? Counterclockwise.
I think so.
Well, then they've been moved clockwise because they've been slowed down.
In my mind.
Wilson Garand, kickoff specialist / punter, will be out to kick it away, punt it away.
They got the stop.
Looking to punt, deep punt.
That's returnable.
It is, but he's stuck. That's Cameron Clay Gamble who brings him down.
Fields got about 3 yards after I said, yeah, it's returnable. Good coverage by the Wren Hurricanes, but not bad field position for the Bears as they try to further cut into the lead with 3:05 to go in the third.
And I believe they have sidelined Cameron, but Nick Morgan is not back out there. Harrison Morgan will be playing cornerback now. Oh, here comes Cameron. And Dusty Hester is brought down at about the 39-yard line. No
Interesting
RJ
that
Ellis.
he's getting a lot. Yeah, you were about to say the same thing. Interesting that he's getting the carries here.
Not RJ Ellis or Jeremiah Johnson.
We didn't see much of Hester at all the other times that we've watched BHP.
Seen 0. Trying to get him to jump off sides. Doesn't work, so they're going to change up that play.
See RJ Ellis on the sideline. That doesn't look hurt.
Jeremiah Johnson looks healthy as can be.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Got his helmet on.
Up, dot over to
Oh,
Bird.
nice
Bird looking to make
play.
people miss.
Look at him go.
Cameron's the only guy who could stop him. Cameron running down
He's
the
not
field. He
gonna get
can't
him.
get there. That's Bird again. Makes it a one-possession game, 27-34.
That is 61 yards. And again, a great pass. Milford wasn't quite on target in the first half, and all of a sudden, he is throwing, as you would say, dots here in the third. And it's a one-score game, Bennett.
He's looking like Jacoby Brissett when he's throwing to T.Y. Hilton. Straight dots. This makes it a one-possession game, and there'll be a...
He whistled before the kick.
What are they discussing?
They're going to back him up a little
offense. Well, let's hope that Anthony Bertoni can kick the extra point from a little bit further away.
This is an important extra point. Remember the one that was blocked earlier for Wren?
J.T. Wigington.
So you want to get it to a 6-point game here. So this one will get spotted about the 16, so it's a 26-yard extra point.
Anthony Bertoni kicks it up, and it is right through.
Okay. It did go inside that right upright. And they do indeed get it back to 6. 2:17 to go in the third. We got plenty of football to go, and it's 34-28 Wren.
The effects of not having Nick Morgan out there on that field are showing right now. Cameron cannot get up the field to tackle, and he's just not fast enough. Great kid, though. As this band is going bonkers. Of course, it is a school night tonight, so these youngsters better be getting home, I say, as I'm a senior.
Well, we expected this was going to be a big-time heavyweight bout here tonight, and Wren looked like they were running away with it early, but the Bears are not done. It's a 6-point game late in the third. So stick with us. It's going to have some fun moments left.
It's a directional kick. Nando Mezzarandi kicks it over to Morgan. Morgan looking to make some people miss. He makes some people miss, and then he gets knocked out of bounds.
All right, so Wren again.
I noticed earlier he was immediately running. The second he'd get out of bounds, he ran over and checked on his brother.
Huh.
I would hate to see that happen if my brother played football, or if I played football with him. And again, he's a stick, so if he got hit, he'd just die. He'd spontaneously combust on the sidelines.
So the ball will be at the 41, their own 41. Good field position for the Hurricanes. Went 3 and out the last time they had it.
Ball boy's going crazy on the field.
Mainly because of that dropped pass the last time they had it.
Owens claps his hand, gets his ball, looking pass. He throws a...
Oh, my goodness. That was a New Orleans Saints play right there. I guess he didn't get there too early, but he took out the receiver right as the ball got there.
Braylon Olivers on that huge hit.
So I guess he's okay.
Play. That was fancy right there.
Oof. He got there. That was perfect timing.
He wants to win. The blitz coming as he dots it over to Wilson. Wilson makes a miss. Smosh Groves gets knocked down. Braylon Oliver. And finally gets brought down by number 6.
Gosh, they had him in the backfield. They had him in the backfield, and once Wilson slipped that tackle, he was up the sideline and now deep into BHP territory at the 30. But you can see, you can feel it up here. The intensity level is growing in this game.
That was Joseph Sloan the 4th as Logan Simmons gets the ball.
Didn't you say it would probably be about 40 to 34?
I'm going to eat my own words here.
It may be.
Blitz coming. Owens looks to pass.
Oh,
he
wide
dots
open.
it up.
Forget
and that's
about
a touchdown. Eli Wilson with his first touchdown of the game.
A coverage mix-up in the defensive backfield for the Bears, and Wilson takes advantage. And Wren's got that 40 points. It's 40-28.
And they will go for the extra point. Noah Black, the holder. JT Wigington, the kicker. Love that name. Almost blocked, but it's up and good.
All right, so 41-28. Wren gets the points right back. Punch for punch here. 1:21 to go in the third.
This puts them back in. This puts the Bears back in the position that they need to score before this game gets too far out of hand. Before the fourth quarter gets too far, they need to score. It'd be nice if they could score in this time in the third quarter. And I still can't believe we're still in the third quarter. Seems like we played more football now than we have the entire first half.
It was 27-14 at the half. Both teams have scored 2 touchdowns here in the third.
Tomorrow night, if you go to Palmetto or you're interested in Palmetto football, Palmetto is playing, I believe, Walhalla.
Walhalla's a good team this year.
Though they've been playing not so good teams, but it still should be.
Well, they gave Daniel all they could handle.
Did Daniel lose?
No, but I don't think so.
And that is a onside kick right to their tight end, Caleb Horn.
But Walhalla can put some points on the board.
Well, we hope that Palmetto wins because, I mean, we are biased.
And it is senior night for Palmetto. And hopefully the rain will hold off for them tomorrow night.
I believe tonight was our senior night.
As it was here for Wren.
And I have no score update for the Powdersville game, but I'm hoping Powdersville wins this one. If we lose to West Oak, we're not a football team. Milford looks to try to get him to jump off sides. Doesn't work, so he'll check with his coach, get a different play. That was crunchy. That's okay, though. Milford looks to pass. He keeps it instead. Oh! He just knocks 83 down. Chavis. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Chavis Edwards. .44 seconds left to go. They're wasting time here. And they really need to get another play off. Some Brandon Oliver out wide at wide receiver looking to pass. He's going to throw it. Double covered. And nope, dropped. Shaheem Scotland was there. He has been extremely silent throughout this game. Should have been an interception. There were 3 people there. Morgan.
Sure was. Fields couldn't even get close to that ball. There's so much yellow he had to go through.
I believe Morgan is back out there. Yes, Nick Morgan is back out there at cornerback. So we'll see no more of Cam on the field.
Cameron Clay Gamble.
For the first half of school, I called him Clay because I forgot his first name was Cameron. So I just go, Clay, and he'd look up and I go, okay, yep. So this is a run by Dusty Hester trying to get the first down. He's a little bit short. Be 4th down and short for the Bears. It'll probably run to the end of the third, though.
Maybe a play left, maybe not.
Dusty Hester appears to be holding his...
Powdersville 27, West Oak 14. Was that the score you had before?
It was.
No, that hasn't changed.
Dusty Hester appears to be holding his left arm. He's probably injured. He can't feel it.
3 quarters in the books. Bennett 41-28, Wren over BHP.
I do not believe we'll be seeing much of Dusty Hester come fourth quarter. Don't know why they weren't utilizing R.J. Ellis and Jeremiah Johnson. Dusty Hester, his left arm just appears to be completely and totally numb.
Well, hopefully that's just a stinger.
He's coming back in.
Sometimes you hit that funny bone on your elbow, you can't feel a darn thing.
I did that earlier today, actually. I was in one of the audio booths recording pregame, actually, and I slammed my elbow against something. I think it was the acoustic foam. There was like something in the acoustic foam, and I banged it, and I couldn't feel it. I just had to re-record the entire part I had done. So I went, ah.
They got to get a yard here. It's fourth down.
Trying to get him to jump off sides. Doesn't work. They hand it off to Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson rolls up, gets the first.
And Johnson, he gets across the 45. He took the first down.
I still think I just have a feeling this is going to go down to the wire. Even though it's early in the fourth and Wren's up by 2 scores, just it has that feel to it that it's going to be one of those games where the last team to have the ball will clinch it.
They're taking their sweet time to call plays here. They really don't need to be.
Interesting when you're down by 2 scores. Look out.
Passes it. Caleb Horn gets down about 5 yards.
Good play there. Took what the defense gave him. Other than the start to this second half, where Milford threw that bad interception and Wren scored a play later to get back up or to extend their lead to 20 points at the time. Other than that, Milford has looked really good here in the second half.
I'm not going to argue with that one. Milford looking to hand off, fakes the handoff, looking for play action. Hits up Braylon Oliver, gets his number, and gets down to about the 25-yard line.
First down. They are moving.
Of course, we get to see more of Logan Milford next week when they play the Daniel Lions.
There's a timeout.
Lions versus Bears.
Oh, my. Who took that timeout?
The
official?
No, I believe it was.
Oh, we got an injured player down there in front of the BHP bench. Looks like they're working a cramp. This doesn't seem like the kind of weather you have a cramp, but that's the way they're rubbing his leg. And it's a Wren player. He'll be brought off.
83 Chavez Edwards.
So both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts. 10:48 left here in the fourth. 13-point lead for Wren.
What the weird thing is that they brought him over to the BHP sideline. I thought he had to be over there on the Wren sideline. I thought that was like the rules. Obviously not. So they will be without another cornerback, so I believe Cameron will come back out there and be the cover corner.
First and 10 from
Milford
the 25.
Pass,
oh boy, look out.
Up, intercepted by Shaheem Scotland, and he trips and gets down. Dang, that could have been a huge play for this defense. He just got
as it is, it's still a huge turnover. Second turnover of the second half. I don't think we had any turnovers in the first half.
He has not thrown an interception yet. Sorry, he did.
And now 2 here in the second half.
Logan. Joe. It's completely spotless.
So Wren will take over at the 15. And knowing then, they'll keep the foot on the gas pedal.
Why not? You know,
If they can get up by 3 scores, they basically put the game away. So look for them to try to move this one downfield.
Tyler Cherry, man in motion. They're going to snap the ball while he's still moving. Blackston looking to get in on the action. Hits up Noah Black and gets down out of bounds. Hit by like 5 Bears.
Not much there, just kind of a check down play. Man, that'll keep the clock moving, which, although there's still over 10 minutes left, it can quickly become late for the Bears.
As Shaheem Scotland has frozen the scoreboard.
Yeah, the new video screen they've got up there. Now it's third down. The Bears have made a couple of quick stops on quick outs. And now they get a stop here. They'll get the ball right back. Because Wren's not going to go for it this deep in their own territory from their own 20. So big play here for the Bears defense.
Blitz coming.
Look out,
Blackston hits him. Picked off by Burgos. Burgos looking to make some people miss. He gets slapped, though. But I believe Noah Black just slapped him.
Blackston hit Owens right as he released that ball, and it just floated out there.
As I believe Braylon Oliver is injured on the field again. Second time tonight. He's down there, right there on the sideline. Dude
you
with
can
the cramp.
tell, man, he's trying to play through it, and he's made some big plays even after he was injured the first time.
Chavis Edwards over there on the sideline still getting worked on by the trainers. Still trying to work out that cramp.
So BHP, after the deflected interception to turn it over to the Hurricanes, they get it right back on an interception of their own and in prime position to get points on the board.
Well, they've lost their best receiver and their best player. They need to get him on the sideline, so I don't know why players are still sitting on the bench. They should get up and move. Injured player, their best defender.
Not a bad offender either.
As I believe number 83, Shovin Edwards, is back out there on the field. He worked out that cramp and he's ready to go. As Milford looks to hand off.
It's Hester. We didn't think we were going to see him again. He's right back in there.
Looking like Devin Hester. Speed. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, Devin Hester. I do believe he will.
Best kick returner of all time, that's for sure.
If Cordell Patterson keeps it up, he could definitely get into the Hall of Fame eventually as a kick returner.
All right, so just a couple on that one. So 2nd down and 8. Play action.
Milford looking to pass. He rolls. Frazier looking to hit. No, wait, that was Malik Mattress. Excuse me. Malik Mattress talking some smack to Milford. I can almost guarantee you. I can tell you what he was saying to the other guy. I'm not gonna say it on air. They really don't like each other here. Wren and BHP are always at each other's necks.
Because they always have these late season matchups with playoff positioning on the line. Just every year, same thing seems to develop.
I don't think Bird knows what play is happening.
Big 3rd down and 8.
Draw play.
Didn't fool anybody.
Flag.
Flag's flying in as Hester took the carry and ran to the left side.
I think the flag is on stupid play call. Running a draw play when you've been passing this well. It's a holding call, so not passing, but not stupid play call. But they'll bring out Burgos and they'll also bring out Samaj Groves. And they'll bring back out Ben Bear. He looks a little shaken up on that play. Logan Milford will, of course, stay in at quarterback.
So that'll repeat 3rd down, but now it's 4th down and 8. So big play. They decline that penalty to bring up 4th down.
Now, we could see some J. Rowe later if this game becomes a barn burner. backup quarterback, number 10. Looking to pass. Milford throws a
Too
dot,
far.
and
He had him. He rushed the throw. He would have taken a split second more. I think he was surprised that he was so open. He had a couple of steps, but immediately you saw he was going to overthrow that ball.
sad.
So now Wren takes over, 8:33 left.
This is the put-away drive. Even a field goal would put this game away. Touchdown makes it almost unstoppable, but they really need to get a defender over there to cover Willman. Tyler Cherry out there as well. No Noah Black. Well, no, sorry, he's in the slot, excuse me. Looking to hand off to Simmons. Simmons gets bottled up and destroyed at the line of scrimmage.
Hand off to Simmons in the middle. He's made a yard. Ball spotted at the 22. Here making the stop. Second down for the Hurricanes.
Again, join us next week. We'll be at BHP when BHP plays Daniel. It should be an extremely good game because, well, BHP is BHP, and Daniel reminds me a little bit of Wren, how they play. They're very good, and so it could be really good here. As Joe Owens with the quarterback keeper, there are two defenders down on the play. Both of them are now back up and moving.
All the way out to midfield.
Janias Glenn was the injured player. He's back up. Smaj Groves squatting.
Owens with a nice play. He is a really talented player. He took off in the open field, and he's tough to bring down.
He reminds me of Cam Newton.
Nice
Tyler
pass.
Cherry,
Look out.
north-south.
Look out.
You know why he is in north-south, right?
For
and there's
things
a
like
taunting
that.
penalty because he goes north every time he gets the ball. He's usually south. He was taunting on that one. There probably should have been a flag thrown on that, but yeah, whatever. Tyler Cherry.
Nice play. If you don't get him on the first chance, he's going to outrun the rest of you.
47 to, I believe, 28.
So now they can go up by about 20, and that will pretty much put the game away, even with 7.5 minutes left.
If there was 12 minutes left, I'd say there could be a comeback, but kick is up and it's good. JT Wigington, very accurate.
48-28. Expected a lot of points. We have a lot of points. Seen some big plays. Wren's just made more of them. And BHP, of course, has turned the ball over a couple times in critical situations. That's hurt them. And they've had penalties in critical situations, too. They've really hurt them.
Can I complain about something real quick? It's not bad.
Why not?
I don't like the fact that they just allow kids on the sidelines. Like, one of
Those
them
guys
literally...
over there playing catch.
Yeah, one of them literally ran out onto the field to catch a football. Like, you need to stay off the field, kids, till the game's over. After the game, I understand it. But during the game, you need to get away from the field play. You get hurt. That's just stupid. Now, when I was little, I used to go out there with my dad and, watch. But then my dad would always pick me up when a player was coming through on the sidelines.
So you did it.
I didn't go out there to play catch. I just came out there to watch with my dad because I've had to follow him everywhere. Player came crashing through one time and knocked my dad over. It's hilarious. And Garand kicks the ball way deep to Hester. Hester looking to make some people miss. He gets knocked down at the 20.
Des Frazier. Open field tackle right there. Took him right on out of the play.
I wonder if a kicker's ever forgotten their T on the field. It's probably happened once or twice.
They usually have people go out and get them for them, don't they?
Or
in some places, dogs.
First and 10 for BHP.
Have you seen that place? What is it, a college that does that? Has a dog that goes out and gets the tees?
I've never seen that.
Dogs are awesome. 7:29 to go. 20-point lead.
I believe the Dwayne Haskins era has now begun in the Redskins. And Tyler Fields bobbles that
That was a good defensive play.
by number
14.
Malachi Reyes.
Yeah, for Wren.
I'm looking for the score from this Thursday night game. It is Minnesota 16, Washington 6. Adam Thielen, of course, inactive for this game. So
They don't need him. Not for this game.
Yeah. It's currently 3rd and 6 in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left.
Yeah, why don't you watch this game, Bennett?
I'm watching this game. Don't worry about that. I was looking at my fantasy stats.
Of course you were.
Playing against the principal from Powdersville Middle.
Binnicker?
Yes, sir. Playing
Hannah's
against Todd
dad?
Binnicker. Hannah's dad.
3rd and 5 coming up from the 29.
Well, actually, I believe I'm playing against his son, Hayes. I play against both of them, so I'm 2 and 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's because Drew Brees got inactive, and my other quarterback, I believe he was Cam Newton.
So much for that.
Yeah, and then of course I traded away Tyreek Hill for. Incomplete pass,
He
but he
did
was
not
hit.
get a foot down, but boy, was he hit, and I thought it was out of bounds.
Harrison Morgan laid the boom on him.
The BHP players pointing to the spot where they say his footprint is from that play, but not getting any help from the officials.
These officials have been unbiased to this point.
4th and 5, and this
is the game
could
decider.
pretty much be the ball game. You're right.
Milford looks to pass.
Look out.
Blitz coming, and it's a sack.
That'll do it.
Even though there is 6 minutes and 31 seconds, they're in scoring position again. Dang. Milford had no help there. Their offensive line just crumbled.
Yeah, Wren bringing everybody. They've done that every time they've gone up by more than 2 scores. They're bringing blitzes from everywhere. He didn't stand a chance on that one.
Malik Mattress was the destructor there. And Ben Bear, I think he was the guy who got hit out of bounds. I still think he's trying to figure out where he is.
That was a huge hit.
It really was scary, too. Timeout. Jinx for the Bears. Well, what I was saying is traded Tyreek Hill for Antonio Brown. You see how that turned out.
Man, you've had some bad luck.
Yeah, but I did pick up Darren Waller was a free agent, so I picked him up. After picking up Jared Cook, and I saw Darren Waller, I'm like, oh no, I'll take that. Josh Jacobs been a great acquisition for me. The wide receivers have really let me down. Larry Fitzgerald, T.Y. Hilton, he's gotten me some points. How about my running backs? Leonard Fournette, he's been pretty solid. Matt Breida been not very good at all. Jason Witten's been terrible. Willie Snead has really proven me wrong. I always draft Willie Snead. He's always on my team because I love him. He's a great guy.
Jason Witten.
Yeah, I had him. Yeah. I have Jordan Howard on my bench right now. Warming it up.
Eagles need to use him a little more.
Get me 0.2 points a game as Tyler Cherry gets slung down. Sorry, Williman.
He'll get another first down, though. Or very close to it. Oh, they'll say about a yard short.
And now we're getting to see a lot of backups come in and play, like Jahari Dindy is out there at wide receiver right now. I'm surprised Christian Singleton's not out there. Trying to get him off the sides, but they'll see a blitz anyway. Blitz coming. Handoff to Simmons. Simmons gets it up.
First down, 1st and goal.
Across the 10. Picks up the DNS landscape, first down.
Boy, again, we thought this game was going to get really close, and now Wren scores here. It looks like the game wasn't close at all.
It has been truly closer than it appears, though. Some mistakes by Milford, as it is a handoff to Simmons. Simmons gets destroyed in the backfield.
Of course, they're in no hurry now. 2nd down and goal. Clock continues to run, 5:35 to go.
This will be a great time to mention again that we will be at BHP next week to cover the BHP game versus Daniel. Lions are looking like a great team. Their quarterback will probably go to Clemson and play. Because I believe his dad's like the offensive coordinator or something.
Defensive.
Defensive.
But
why is he playing quarterback then?
But at the same time, didn't he get hurt last week?
I believe he did.
I don't know how hurt he is, but
I hope he's not Tua Tagovailoa hurt. As that is a bat away.
Jump ball over in the corner.
15, Burgos. Carlito.
Ball was in the air a long time.
If you missed the pregame show, I talked a very good bit about hard-nosed running back in the days. It was my favorite part of football. And I also talked in the radio show a good bit about NFL football. We had a great discussion about college football. Really, really good discussion. With Levi? Levi's really been showing his college football knowledge. As that is a touchdown by, I believe,
Your guy.